gotta catch every lie. I don't gotta carry their spite. I don't gotta hold what Yahuwah didn't write. I give myself unto prayer. Keep my heart and hearing clear. What don't belong on me, let it return tonight. We the assembly. Yahuwah, let it return. I won't wear what you never wrote. Every false word, lose that hope. What ain't from truth won't make me fold. Let it return. I won't sign for every lie. Yahuwah, know what's really mine. What don't fit your word goes back outside. I used to catch every word they threw, like if they named it then it must be true. I used to hold what wasn't mine, let it sink in skin and bend my mind. But now I know how hatred move. It need a host, it need a room. It need a heart that'll say come in and let that poison settle in. Now for my love they can still be crossed. That don't mean I gotta wear they thoughts. That don't mean I gotta take their brand or let false names stick to my hands. I take it up where the night gets still, pour it out and leave it in this wheel. Yahuwah here when the lying tongue starts, so I don't pin that mess to heart. I don't rehearse what you didn't say. I don't let slander become my frame. I give myself unto prayer instead and let that noise pass overhead.
Psalms 109, verses 1 through 5.
Hold not thy peace, O Yahuwah of my praise.
They have spoken against me with a lying tongue.
For my love they are my adversaries.
But I give myself unto prayer.
We the assembly. Yahuwah. Every curse needs somewhere to land. Every lie need a willing hand. Every dark word need open ground. I close that gate, it can't sit down. In righteousness I stand up straight. Far from terror, far from fate. They may gather but not by you. So what they force ain't binding true. No weapon form can't hold my name. No rising tongue can't lock that chain. You said condemn it, so I do by staying with what's clean and true. And if I let it live in me, then I help falsehood feed on me. So no, I won't dress in borrowed shame. Won't let crooked speech rename. You know my record, you know my frame. You know what stays and what gets drained. What ain't from you can't stay with me. It touched the line and leave from me.
Isaiah 54, verses 14 through 17.
Thou shalt be far from oppression.
Thou shalt not fear.
Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper.
Every tongue that shall rise against thee,
In judgment thou shalt condemn.
it won't cleave to me. It won't live in me. Not my name, not my stain. It won't cleave to me. It won't stay with me. What you didn't write leaves tonight.
Hide me deep from the strife of tongues. Keep me clean when the proud word come. Put me in that secret place where lies lose breath and can't leave trace. I hate the work that turn aside. I won't let deceit come dwell inside. What works in dark won't share my house. What you cut off won't use my mouth. You kept me from the slander snare, from lips that forge lies out of there. So when they send it, let it miss. I don't receive what's not from this. Not from your word, not from your hand, not from your light, not from your plan. And if they curse, then bless me through. Let shame wrap wrong, not cover truth. I won't help panic write my name. I won't help fear become my frame. I give myself unto prayer again, and let your order speak it in. We the assembly.
If Yahuwah didn't write it, don't wear it.
Yahuwah.
If false words don't get to live in you, say it.
Yahuwah. We give ourselves unto prayer,
And let it return. Psalms 31, verses 18 through 20.
Let the lying lips be put to silence.
Thou shalt keep them secretly in a pavilion from the strife of tongues.
Psalms 101, verses 3 and 7.
It shall not cleave to me.
He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight.
Sirach chapter 51, verse 2. From the snare of the slanderous tongue,
and from the lips that forge lies, let it return. I won't wear what you never wrote. Every false word miss my soul. What ain't from truth can't make us home. Let it return. I won't sign for every lie. Yahuwah, know what's really mine. What don't fit your word goes back outside. Not my label, not my low, not my sentence, not my role. What ain't from Yahuwah won't live in me. Let it return. We the assembly.
Shalom Myshpaka. We're finishing up our study from yesterday, part 2, where what's our title? Narrative change or covenant return. Narrative change, covenant return. What we're doing, Marilyn, that's weird. As soon as I started talking, it said you go put my own comment up. It tossed me. I saw myself. It's weird. Anyways, squirrel. Myshpaka, yesterday, if you got a lot of value, today you're going to get double time the value. Yesterday was just a warm-up. What we were doing is setting the table, showing you the land, showing you what was promised, showing you what we lost. But then now today we're going to go in detail of the video from Truthunedited, Ron. Again, this is brother Ron. This is not a knock at Ron. We're not trying to come at him. We're only just examining the message, not the man. We're not examining who he is. We're not examining the type of person he is. We're just examining the message that he shared, and we're seeing if it lines up with scripture and seeing if it's helpful to a covenant return, and making the determination if we should be focusing on a narrative change or a covenant return. And if we're focused on, Brother Ron has covered the narrative change, so we're going to focus a little bit more on the covenant return, just shooting you straight if you don't know already. But we're also going to look at what does that look like. So by the end of this study, you'll understand so if you're a person that aligns with the covenant return rather than the narrative change, then you'll know exactly what you should be focused on, or you can bring it to Yahuwah and determine which one you feel like you want to align with. All right. With that being said, Myshpaka, you already know we're gonna hit a little bit more music. This is if you're new to our community, if you are a vet of our Myshpaka, you already. Oh, by the way, if you're new, Myshpaka means family. We usually kick it for maybe 30 minutes. We listen to some music, some Yahusha music, Barak Yahuwah, that we don't have to listen to secular music anymore, right? But we usually kick it for maybe 30 minutes. The Myshpaka usually tag their other Myshpaka in the family. They've like become cool with. What up, Dual Main? I just happened to see Dual Main. I just wanted to say shout out to him. I know. Can I get some halal for you, Dual Main? We need to catch up, Ak. I want to find out everything that's going. I know you sent me some messages. Sorry, my bad, Ak. So I need to catch up with Ak, but I want to ask for some halal for that brother. I know his mother was going through some health issues. So I'm gonna find out what's going on with Aki with that. Aki, maybe later today or maybe tomorrow, man. We'll hop in the DMs and we'll chat a little bit. For sure. But if y'all can halal for that brother, I'm sure he'll appreciate it, and I know the Myshpaka. Y'all gonna throw some halal up there for Domain and his family. But we're gonna hit some music for a little bit, Myshpaka. If you're on the replay, you could just skip past all this, and get straight to the study. But until then, we're gonna rock out a little bit. Barak Yahuwah.
Church taught us to chase verses whenever pain got loud. But the book came to cut through flesh and silence what was pride. Cherry picking had us cozy where correction should have moved. We the assembly don't read, we study to be approved.
Cherry pick, snip, what you like.
Screenshot in your hand,
Whole scroll out of sight.
pick pick for comfort.
Skip for pride.
Whole council pulled up, now the scissors gotta hide.
Snip, pick.
No sir, not today. Whole chapter walked in, made the slogan run away.
Fact checkers don't dip.
Don't clip what it say. Study to be approved, let correction have its way. We were trained to run the Psalms when the night got heavy. Grab a verse for our nerves just to keep us steady. Pain was real in the field, but the habit got deep. Use the book like a blanket just to help flesh sleep. Open Proverbs for wisdom, but we skipped over fear. Called it life instructions, but the covenant was clear. This ain't self-help paper, this the king on his throne. Yahoo, our story and judgment is people. His home, Sunday after Sunday, pep talk in the room. Better me, better money, better life real soon. But where was repentance? Where the warnings and facts? Where the whole scroll bleeding with covenant tracks? We learned to crop the text, then called it belief. Made comfort our teacher, made feelings our priest.
Fact checker.
Study the witness. Don't crop the business.
We the assembly, we studied book.
Matthew 15, verses 8 through 9. This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. In vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
Hypocrites using book to fit you.
We the assembly,
We don't read.
we study to be approved. They quote Matthew 15 like that's all that he said. It ain't what I eat, and they close book and move ahead. But the chapter opened up with tradition on trial, hand washing customs and a heart gone wild. He was checking their worship, checking lips full of lies, checking elders' tradition with commandments denied. Then he showed defilement where the roots really grow. Not the plate in your hand, but the heart down below. Evil thoughts, false witness, pride moving slick. Mouth full of doctrine, but the heart's still sick. Then Hosea gets quoted when comments get tense. My people perish. Then they swing it like defense, but the verse kept speaking. You stopped at the start, made you feel sharper while it searched through your heart. Hosea 4, verse 6.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy Eluah, I will also forget thy children.
So-called woke Hebrews, yes, it's your turn. Cherry picking the book, leading others waking up to burn. Same scissors in the church, same scissors in the camp. Different fit on the era, same smoke, same lamp. One side crops for comfort, one side crops for pride. Both miss whole counsel when the book testifies. Yahuwah's word says access denied. You found Deuteronomy, then ignored commands. Found curses on the people, then skipped his open hand. Barak Yahuwah, we the assembly.
Did that land?
Found bloodline and bullhorn shout, but forgot what it calls. Chosen, never meant clean when obedience lost. Stranger joined to Yahuwah. Same witness still stands, but you cropped out mercy with a gatekeeping hand. You talk feast, talk calendar, talk garments, talk land, but the fine print still lasts where he chose it to stand. Before you teach people, slow your mouth, check twice. A comment can be a pulpit and error got a price.
This ain't us, going stone. We was trained like this too. Had to sit with the scroll till the scroll told the truth. Had to let it confront us, let correction come back. Correction ain't hatred, rebuke ain't attack. If Yahuwah sent warning, then mercy came attached. He don't cut just to kill us, he cuts so we come back.
James 3, verse 1.
My brethren, be not many teachers, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. Cherry pick,
Snip, snip, what you like.
screenshot in your hand.
Whole scroll out of sight.
Pick for comfort.
Skip for pie.
Whole council pulled up.
Now the scissors gotta hide.
Snip, pick.
No sir,
Not today.
whole chapter walked in.
Made the slogan run away.
Fact checker, don't dip.
Don't clip what he say.
Study to be approved.
Let correction have its way.
If this made you study deeper,
Say it, Yahuwah.
if this made you check the witness,
Drop fact checkers.
we the assembly.
We don't crop the witness. Cherry picking.
The whole witness still testifies.
Study it again. Yahuwah.
Same pain, new purpose. Same tears, but they got an assignment now.
Yahoo, I did not waste what I survived.
He changed what the pain was sent to do.
We the assembly.
To everything there's a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven.
Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1.
Yahuwah!
Same pain, new purpose.
Same scar, new service.
Would try to bury me, now teaching me to worship. Same rain, new harvest.
Same night,
new stars lit. Yahuwah turned my wound into proof he never departed.
same pain.
New purpose. We the assembly, still here.
I still remember that room with the blinds half closed. Same old hoodie, same weight in my soul. Phone kept quiet, pride spoke loud. Smile on my face, but I was breaking in the crowd. I used to pray then panic right after. I used to laugh just to hide was shattered. Same memory, tried to loop that track, but your Ruach stepped in and spoke life back. Pain did not leave and learn a new lane. Tears did not stop, they stopped sounding the same. We used to pull me down when the night got deep. Now wakes up, compassion when somebody else weeps. Yahuwah,
Use what I've been through. No, not every ache is an ending. Not every tear is defeat. Some pain becomes a candle for the ones still in the street. Same pain, new purpose.
same scar,
New service.
would try to bury me.
Now teaching me to worship. Same rain, new harvest. Same night, new stars lit.
Yahuwah, turn my wound into proof he never
departed. Same pain, new purpose.
We the assembly.
Still here.
Psalm 80. You fed them with the bread of tears and gave them tears to drink in great measure.
Turn us again, O Alua of hosts.
'Cause your face to shine, and we shall be saved. Sometimes tears were the bread. Sometimes trouble taught us to return. We the assembly. Read it slow. I ate that bread, I drank that cup. Days fell low, but you raised me up. Same tears on the pillow, different truth in the drop. Same storm in the window, but your hand would not stop. I thought I was delayed, but I was getting prepared. I thought I was buried, but you planted me there. I thought I was punished, but you showed me the root. Now I don't hide from the rain when it waters the fruit. Same rejection made me gentle with the lonely. Same correction made me real, not phony. Same closed door made my knees touch floor. Same empty season made me hunger for more.
More truth,
More mercy,
more ruach,
more purpose.
Sirach 2.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Believe in him.
And he will help thee.
Yahuwah! Help me carry purpose right. I don't curse the season, I ask what it came to teach. I don't worship pain, I let pain point me to peace. I don't cuddle on my master, I don't gotta scar my name. I call Yahuwah faithful, same heart, but not the same.
What hurt me now humbles me. What cut me now covers me. What broke me made room to see. Your hand was still over me.
Same pain,
But it prayed different.
same tears,
But they fall clean.
same loss,
But it gave vision.
same night,
But it built dreams.
same fire,
But I walk wiser.
same valley,
But I walk deeper.
same bruise,
But I love softer.
same story.
But Yahuwah the keeper. Same pain, new purpose.
Still learning,
Still healing.
still healing.
Can I get Yahuwah?
If the pain got purpose, I root my.
Oh Yahuwah.
If the tears still worship,
Type still here.
if the night could not close you.
We the assembly.
Same pain,
New purpose.
same pain.
Same pain, new purpose. Same scar, new service. Would try to bury me, now teaching me to work. Same brain, new heart. Same now.
same pain.
New purpose, turn us again.
Cause your face to shine
We shall be saved.
in your appointed time.
Same pain,
Same pain,
new purpose,
same tears.
new sight.
Yahuwah,
Gave the dark
a reason to carry light.
new purpose, same tears.
New service.
Gave the dark a reason to carry light.
Same pain.
New purpose. New purpose.
Same tears.
New service. Yahuwah gave the dark
A reason to carry light. Same pain.
new purpose.
Same tears.
New service.
Barak Yahuwah, Myshpaka. Man, that song, man, when I was creating that song, it's like I don't know how long you've been with our community, but we have another song, same tears, different time. And it's like a brother sister song, so to speak. And what I learned in that season was the pain that I was going through helped wake me up, and it made me feel closer to Yahuwah. It was almost like I felt Yahuwah, like as I was in tears inwardly, because during that season, he wouldn't let me bring a tear out. Everything was like a river in my chest. But it felt, even though everything was cloudy, everything was unsure. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm still experiencing it, but it's just a little different for me now, because I am a little bit more healed from when I had started to wake up, so to speak. But what I noticed was, over time, the more I did heal, thank you for that, by the way, Anthony. The more I healed, the less I felt that deep connection. It's not saying I didn't feel Yahuwah at all. I have, and I still do. But during that season of weeping, it was a deeper weeping. I just felt like he was like hugging me, like always sitting right there on me, and you can forget, what kind of drew you in and made you start thinking deeper and asking more qualifying questions. It's a more intimate experience, so to speak. And so that song and the other song was inspired by that. So if that's you, I don't know about you, man. I'm over here counting down the seconds before I need to talk to y'all next. And I could feel that river of tears in my chest. I was feeling it. So Barak Yahuwah for our pain. Myshpaka, don't run away from your pain, lean into it and try to hold on to a piece of it. Don't stay sunk in it, but enough to be able to feel it. So when you do talk to him, that you can feel that deeper intimacy, that deeper connection. I don't know if that resonated with you personally, but I know it was something big for me. So Barak Yahuwah for our trials and tribulations. That's what humbles us to get our attention. So he'll have an opportunity to whisper in our ears and speak to us in our wilderness season. And by the way, everything I just said a few seconds ago, that's all book. That's all book. We did a full study on that. Myshpaka, just real quick, before we get back to the music, I want to let y'all know, after our study today, we're going to be hopping on TikTok. But I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to try something. I'm not sure how well it's going to work. If you're a person that you are not a fan of TikTok, I'm simultaneously going to go live on Facebook and on YouTube. And what I'm going to do is, you're mostly going to be listening to audio. I may show up on Facebook as new people might pop into it. They don't know what's going on. But we are going to be going live shortly after we finish this live. We're going to go live on TikTok, giving you, Myshpaka, the opportunity to join us on the panel. And we'd love to hear from you. We want to know, we're going to specifically try to talk about, what we've learned in the last 2 days. Yesterday is Shabbat, and what we learned today. It's okay if you disagree and you want to share. It's okay if you agree if you want to share. If you had a eye-opening experience, we definitely want to hear from you. Frankie, I owe you, and there's another gentleman, anointed. So for Marilyn, I'm not sure. I know you said y'all got some stuff to do, so I'm not sure if Marilyn gonna be able to be a part of the TikTok part of things. But Aki, if you, yeah, she says thumbs up. They're gonna be here. So Marilyn, make sure Frankie get in there first, and if we see that anointed gentleman, we want to make sure you get in there too, so they can speak. But I just wanted to let y'all know that we are going to be on TikTok afterwards, and if you're on Facebook and on YouTube, you're going to see this majority of the time. But I will be hopping in and out, but I'm majority going to be focusing on TikTok during that time frame. All right, that's an opportunity for you guys to be able to share and talk, and we want to hear from you. Barak Yahuwah. Let's get back to some music, and then we'll get started in our study. And just a reminder one more time, if you're watching on replay, you can skip past all this. All right. You can skip past all this, and everybody else, if that's here with us now, we're just going to listen maybe a song or two, and then we're going to get into the study. Barak Yahuwah. I hope you guys are enjoying the music.
You ain't gotta out scheme the schemers. You ain't gotta idle talk the liars. Take it to Yahuwah. Let the crooked counsel choke on itself.
Not my rage, not my hand, not my pride, not my plan.
We the assembly.
Let them fall by their own counsel. Let the crooked table turn. Let the net they hid in secret be the place their falsehood burn. Let them fall by their own counsel. Let their whispers lose the ground. Yahuwah, see the hidden plotting. He can turn the whole thing round.
They smile with velvet, scheme and smoke. Soft with the lips, but the end were broke. No faith in the mouth, just a pious plea. Open grave talk underneath the tea. I seen how crooked counsel dress up clean. White glove lie with a practice sheen. One hand wave, one hand hide the blade. One eye public, one snare backstage. But I ain't built to rent that tone. I won't let their darkness frame my bones. I take it up where the morning here. Direct my prayer, then look up clear. Cause you hate the seat, you hate that blood. You judge what's buried beneath the mud. If what they built rebelled on you, then let it cave by what they do. Psalms chapter 5, verses 8 through 12.
Lead me, O Yahuwah, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies.
For there is no faithfulness in their mouth.
Destroy thou them, O Aluah.
Let them fall by their own counsels.
Let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice.
With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. They hold that meeting in the hidden room. Bitter words aim like a bow in gloom. Private snares with the public grin. Whole plot stitched from a studied sin. Who gon' see? That's how the proud men talk. To Yahuwah light hit every chalk. Till the same tongue sharpened for the kill. Fold on itself by the judge's will. They searched out faults with a patient hand. Thinking the poor wouldn't understand. Digging the pit with a careful pace. Riding the lie with a borrowed face. But you preserve from the fear of man. You shoot one arrow and expose the plan. When secret counsel start to crack, off flesh go still and step right back. Psalms chapter 64, verses 2 through 8.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
They whet their tongue like a sword.
They commune of laying snares privily.
But Aluah shall shoot at them with an arrow.
So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. Not my rage, not my hand, not my pride, not my plan. You see deep, you see through. Turn it back if it ain't true. No revenge, no fake peace, just your judgment over hidden speech.
So guard my mouth and keep me clean.
Don't let me eat with the crooked scheme. Don't let me sit at the poison table or borrow that tone just cause I'm able. Leave me not to their counsels. From proud looks down, break hardy law. If I speak, let it come my way. Season short and rightly placed, cause vengeance ain't me rehearsing hurt. It's you returning the hidden word. Throne of mischief can't sit with you. No lie made lost, they righteous through. You bring iniquity back in sight. Cut it off in its own dark night. So let the wicked fall in what they spread, while mercy still cover my lifted head. And if the neck got my name in thread, let it tear with their own hand led.
Fall by their own counsel.
If the book taught you not to mirror the snare, say it.
Yahuwah,
If you learning to let crooked counsel cave on itself, say it.
we the assembly,
We pray it up.
and let Yah judge it down.
Sirach chapter 23, verse 1.
Oh, Yahuwah,
Father and governor of all my whole life, lead me not to their counsels.
and let me not fall by them.
Psalms chapter 94.
Verses 22 through 23.
The Yahuwah is my defense,
He shall bring upon them,
their own iniquity.
yeah, the Yahuwah, Hallelujah, shall cut them off. Let them fall by their own counsel. Let the crooked table turn. Let the net they hid in secret be the place their falsehood burn. Let them fall by their own counsel. Let their whispers lose the ground. Yahuwah, see the hidden plotting. He can turn the whole thing round. Crooked counsel don't stand.
Not when,
Yahuwah,
judge it.
not when truth outlived the clock.
We the assembly.
Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. Marilyn, you mind getting that banner for me, sis? Let me see. Let me take this down. Barak Yahuwah. Myshpaka, you already know. Hopefully I don't disappoint Sherry. I've been okay with it lately. Yesterday was all right. The other time, man, I feel bad. It's like horrible. Sherry probably like, let's see if he's gonna do it good this time. Sherry, don't put too much pressure on me, sis. Woo! Barak Yahuwah. It started off kind of shaky, but I think I recovered. You got it. You got it, Aki. Thank you, sis. Barak Yahuwah. I don't feel depression now, but I feel it in my head. Hold on a second. Let me get a sip of my tea. My tea. All right. Because the Myshpaka like to call it squirrel bourbon. Y'all wild. Barak Yahuwah, y'all. All right, Myshpaka. We're gonna go ahead and get this bad boy started. Yesterday I wanted to play a video for y'all, but I ain't gonna lie, I completely forgot. I was so locked in that I forgot the opening video. So, but that's cool. That's cool. That means it just set it up till we got a full study for today. All right. So Myshpaka, let's get started with a video that's gonna give you an overview of everything. We heard the podcast yesterday. Barak Yahuwah.
Culture can be surrounded by noise and still be starved.
Let me rewind that. Full screen and let's go.
A culture can be surrounded by noise and still be starving for truth. Screens multiply, public figures become models, anger travels faster than wisdom. Corruption is marketed as identity, and moral confusion is rewarded as entertainment. A public message may look at that condition and say, the narrative has to change. The visible cultural wound may be real. The question is whether the remedy reaches the root. Scripture does not begin the diagnosis with celebrities, corporations, award shows, or cultural trends. It begins with covenant. Deuteronomy warns that when the people refuse the voice of Yahuwah, they become scattered, ruled over, dependent, fearful, mocked, and made a proverb among the nations. Jeremiah asks why Yasharal is spoiled, then answers that the people forsook Yahuwah while he led them in the way. Lamentations holds both truths together. The enemy prospers, and the people are afflicted because of transgression. That covenant exclamation does not make the oppressor righteous. Isaiah describes Assyria as a rod and then judges its pride. Habakkuk says the Chaldeans were established for correction and later pronounces woes upon their violence. Yahuwah may use an instrument, and the instrument remains accountable. The enemy's cruelty is real. Covenant breach is still the root. If the condition is covenant-rooted, the remedy must also be covenant-rooted. This ancient unrolled parchment shows the text of Deuteronomy, detailing the exact criteria of the exile. It describes a scattered people remembering the blessing and the curse. They must return to Yahuwah and obey his voice with the whole heart. Then Yahuwah has compassion, gathers, restores, and circumcises the heart. The people are called to return. Yahuwah performs the restoration. These tattered manuscript fragments represent the authority Daniel consulted in the ruins of exile. He understood his condition by the books. He bypassed Babylon's personalities and public spectacle. He set his face toward Yahuwah with prayer, supplication, fasting, sackcloth, and ashes. Daniel speaks for the covenant body. We have sinned. He names present sin, the iniquities of the fathers, the curse written in the law of Moses, and the failure to pray so that the people might turn from iniquity and understand truth. Joel adds the same posture. Return with all the heart, with fasting, weeping, and mourning. Rend the heart, not merely the garment. Jeremiah says, acknowledge the iniquity and return. That collective posture is true covenant return. It carries far more weight than a change in media habits. Refusing content that trains the heart toward corruption may be wise. Protecting households may be necessary. Public warning may have a place. But an application is not the root remedy. A people can stop watching an award show and still never enter Daniel 9. A narrative can change while the heart remains uncircumcised. The message must also be tested by its fruit. Yahusha teaches that fruit is known over time. James warns that human wrath does not produce the righteousness of Aluah. That does not mean every feeling of anger proves the absence of the Ruach. Ezekiel carried bitterness and heat while the hand of Yahweh was strong upon him. The test is whether the word governed the heat, or whether the heat governed the message. James says the tongue is a fire. The same mouth can speak sacred words and wound people made in the Creator's likeness. Wisdom from below produces strife, confusion, and evil work. Wisdom from above is pure, peaceable, gentle, open to correction, full of mercy, and full of good fruit. The mirror, therefore, applies to the original message, the response, the audience, and every commenter. Isaiah 5 deepens that mirror. The vineyard is the house of Israel and Judah. Yahweh looked for judgment and righteousness, but found oppression and a cry. The chapter addresses greed, pleasure, pride, corrupt judgment, and moral reversal. It is a mirror asking whether wrath has been called boldness, gossip has been called exposure, or cultural agitation has been mistaken for repentance. Covenant return does not require passivity. Jeremiah told the captives to build, plant, form households, seek the peace of the city, pray, reject false timelines, and seek Yahuwah with the whole heart. Daniel served faithfully without defiling himself, refused idols, prayed under pressure, and left deliverance in Yahuwah's hands. Waiting is active obedience under Yahuwah's timing. Passivity neglects what can be obeyed. Agitation tries to seize what Yahuwah reserved for his appointed time. The proper ending is not a verdict over another man. It is a mirror before every teacher, listener, and platform. Has the wound been studied while the root was avoided? Has Scripture governed the emotion, or merely been added after it? Has the message trained people to confess, pray, fast, weep, mourn, guard the tongue, practice mercy, and wait faithfully? The visible corruption may be real, the warning may contain truth, but the remedy must match the book. Deuteronomy 28 names the condition. Daniel 9 shows the posture. The covenant people return. Yahuwah restores. Before narrative change, covenant return.
Barak Yahuwah, covenant return. Myshpaka, you already know. Let me know in the comments what version of book that you're going to be using during our study today. I'm going to be in Hallelujah Scriptures reading as usual. It's more plain speak for me. It has its errors, but I read past that. Got the Trust a Remix right here. Probably not going to touch it. I don't know. Occasionally we peek into it. This is probably comparison. And I also have my Sefer. Myshpaka, for the new Myshpaka. Myshpaka means family again. The reason why we put in the comments what books we're using is mainly for you, to let you know that it's not about the version of scripture. It is the understanding of the story and what's really going on. The only difference is the KJV has the false names, the titles that we've been given, God and LORD. Most of us have been able to find some type of restored scripture over time. But what I want to encourage you, the new Myshpaka, you don't have to worry about that if you don't have the funds for it. You don't have to focus on that. Focus on the story and understanding. We're all reading the same thing. We all had to start off. Most of us have started off, with the pagan versions, the Hellenized versions, the KJVs. All right, the NIVs, the ESVs, and all those. But you can actually still use those. The storyline's still there, and don't let anybody tell you differently. All right, because if they do, I'm sure you've been in a situation to where you want one of the restored books, and then everybody's telling you don't use this one because, or don't use this one because, right? And then you freeze and you don't know which one to do, and you don't really get started. Well, the book says that they're becoming stumbling blocks to you. And the book also says that they may as well put a millstone around their neck and go jump into the ocean. Doesn't sound too favorable for them. But we're not going to do that to you. We just want you to get started just like we did. And eventually everything will start clicking. And Yahuwah will provide you with the proper scriptures that you need. But right now you need to focus on the understanding, the overstanding, because understanding means to stand under the knowledge. We like to stand over that knowledge. And some people like to say understanding. And also, side note, we are redesigning right now. It's not available yet. So some of it's actually available on our old website, which is actually still kind of fairly new. It's about a year old, maybe a year and a half. I don't know. Marilyn, how long we had the new website? About a year, maybe about a year. I don't know, maybe about a year. But we're rebranding the entire website, and we're providing all of scripture eventually over time. So you're gonna watch it grow. You're gonna be a part of that growth. Actually, let me say it that way. Better. It's better way to say it. And it's gonna have the restored scriptures, and it's absolutely gonna be free to you. So if you're a person talking about you don't have money for it, that's not gonna be an excuse for you anymore. It's gonna be time for you to get in that book. Barak Yahuwah. All right, Myshpaka, let's get it. Narrative change or covenant return. Narrative change or covenant return. I don't know where my pen is. My pen is way over there, I think. Anyways, testing the fruit, not the man, the message. Let me be very clear before we get started. Myshpaka, let me remind everybody, this is not a shot. We're not judging Truth Unedited. We are not... this is not a scripture hit piece. This is no internet beef, nothing to that nature. We are not examining the man. We're not examining who he is or anything like that. We're just taking a look at the message that he had recently put out, and we're examining the message to scripture. That is it. I want to go on record with saying I got nothing against this man. I got nothing against his platform. Truth Unedited has been a baraketh. Baraketh means blessing to myself and my growth. So I want to go on record with saying that his content has helped my awakening. In certain areas, I don't align with anymore, but that's not just him. That's with a lot of different people. but his content has provided value to me. And I want to make sure that I emphasize that this is nothing against him. We're only examining the message. All right. Barak Yahuwah. Let's get it. How this study works. Scripture is on the screen for you, the new Myshpaka. For the ones who do not have books, we understand some of us has been there, so that's okay. No shame. But we're going to make sure that you're able to follow along with ease. What we are going to ask you to do, if you're able to, or if you're in position, make sure you have some notes so you can take some notes. And so you can go back and study these things. And not to mention, don't forget, this is going to be on YouTube. So if you don't know our YouTube, you can find links in bios. And if you're on YouTube already, you already know. But my point is, you can watch it on replay if you need to a refresher to get back into scriptures if you don't have any. We still open the book together. So Myshpaka, while you see it on the screen, you'll see me read it directly from the Hallelujah scriptures. So it may not match a screen 100%, but you will see the similar meaning of the scripture, so you'll be able to follow along. We slow down, so the point is clear, Myshpaka. I want to be very clear. If you are a person that's like, you like to rush through, this may not be the community for you. We crawl. We crawl. And you're going to realize that when you slow down, your knowledge speeds up. Barak Yahuwah. The condition and the remedy before the fruit, comments, warnings, or critique. Mirror before the microphone. The book tests us before we test another message. Myshpaka, meet me in Matthew 7. Matthew 7. We're going to start at verse 1. Matthew 7. Meet me there, or be Frankie or Tori Homebread Square. New Myshpaka, the more you hang out with us, that'll make sense to you a little bit later on. Let's see here. I'm almost there, Myshpaka. I'm almost there. Matthew 15, 14. Let me know in the comments when you're there, please, Myshpaka. We're going to start at verse 1. Looks like some of the Myshpakas there. We got some new Myshpaka over there on YouTube. Seeing some new faces. Barak Yahuwah for you. Thank you for come check us out. Edward, what up, man? What up, Josh? I see you. Bethany 5. Bethany yeah, y'all. Marilyn don't play, man. Marilyn just texted me. She said, disclaimer. She be on it. Disclaimer, Myshpaka. Can I get disclaimer in the comments, please? Myshpaka, we're going to be reading sections inside the scriptures. All right. We're not reading the entire chapters, but it's your responsibility to study the entire chapters to make sure that we are not deceived and we're not deceiving you. We want you to examine our fruits. We don't mind you not trusting us. We actually prefer you not to trust us. We ask you to please don't believe us, fact check us, and see if what we're saying matches scripture, if it aligns. We'll just examine all of our fruits, not just mine. Examine the Myshpaka's fruits in the comments. They're just as part of this community, and they're actually teaching too, believe it or not. They're teaching by their learning experience. You see what some of them are saying. They'll tell you experiences. They'll drop scriptures that I might paraphrase that they might know exactly what it is. They're very helpful. So we work as a community of Myshpaka. Barak Yahuwah. Let's get it. Do not judge. This is verse 1. Do not judge lest you be judged. Verse 2. For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. And with some measure you use, with same measure you use, it shall be measured to you. And why do you look at the splinter in your brother's eye, but do not notice the plank in your own eye? Or how is it that you say to your brother, let me remove the splinter out of your eye, and see a plank and see a plank is in your own eye? Hypocrite, first remove the plank from your own eye, and then you shall see clearly to remove the splinter out of your brother's eye. Myshpaka, I myself had to go through this stage. I do feel like when I started to share scripture and I started to awake, and this platform started to become more active, let's say it that way, I was focused on the conspiracy stuff and scripture, believe it or not, both. Like many. I was focused on calling out the Freemasons. I was focused on calling out the traditional church. I'm still going to do that, by the way. I was focused on Hollywood and all these things. And those things were correct. But over time, Yahuwah started showing me, I guess, honestly, it's not a bad thing to recognize these things. I want to make sure that it's clear that to see that these things do exist and they are real. We're not making these things up. But what I noticed was over time, Yahuwah it was part of my awakening. It's part of seeing it. But at the same time, over time, I realized that we could be judging people that's part of the corruption and not realize that Yahuwah woke us up. Anybody could be woken up by Yahuwah. We just don't know. We just do not know. We don't know if Yahuwah, one of the mainstream celebrities, is gonna like one day catch some type of information and stop and go, wait a minute, let me back up. Let me examine everything and switch it up. We don't know. We don't know that. We don't know. We just don't know. And what I realized over time, as I grew, that I mentioned this yesterday. I'm at a point to where 3 areas where we, the assembly, is going to focus on. So if this is something that this is where you're at, you're in the right place. Heart transformation, heart return. Our hearts need some adjustments. And I don't care how locked in you think you are, you still need some changing. Then the second one is spiritual warfare. This whole year, spiritual warfare is like opened up my eyes to what's really going on. If I had to be honest, I don't know if any of y'all agree that has been with our Myshpaka for a long time. This year, I'm pretty sure y'all have seen me mellow out. I mean, I still get my zeal going. My zeal pops in, but it's not as heavy as it used to be. But spiritual warfare, it did something to me. It made me see myself differently. It made me see other people differently. It made me to respond to things differently. I'm more observant. I shut my mouth more, and I'm bringing different qualifying thoughts. It brings different palal, different prayer. Palal means prayer for the new Myshpaka, to Yahuwah. This year has been a major barak for me. A barakath. Barakath means blessing. Barak means bless. Baruch means blessed. So I have been very baruch this entire year for Yahuwah to show me spiritual warfare. I believe in the demonic realm. I believe in spirits now. Way more. I've believed it in the past, but not like this year. I know it's real. This book, other books have taught us Myshpaka, if what I'm saying, if what I'm saying, and you've been with our community, and you're experiencing the same thing this season, because I know that a lot of you have been with me during the spiritual warfare year, and you've been, I know a lot of y'all been aligning it with your own lives. Have you noticed that change in you too? Has your plal changed? Has your demeanor changed? And also, has the surroundings of you changed, your environment? And what I mean by environment, you can tell there's a difference. Even if your walls are still the same, you're still going to the same room, same house, same car, same job, but everything's moving differently for you now. And it's almost like Yahuwah's been, not even almost, Yahuwah's been telling us this. He's been telling us this from the jump. The problem is we've been bringing these church habits to our awakening, and it hasn't. We've been missing the spiritual warfare. At least I know I have. And this year, man, I'm locked in. And I don't take it for granted. All right, so that's the second one. The third one, and this is more recent, is covenant return. Understanding exactly what Yahuwah expects from us, and what are we really supposed to be doing. And what I noticed was, throughout this walk, coming out the traditional church was one lie, but I didn't realize in the beginning I hopped into another lie. And that's the hardest part for me right now, personally, because it's hard to tell people who you see they are awakening, but it's hard to say you're still sleeping, because it's a harder conversation. It's because people are locked into this Torah movement. And like that right there, me just saying that right there, somebody's probably already like, wait a minute, hold on, what does that mean? You just said Torah movement. We're supposed to do the laws, right? They're already in their head. They're already in their head. We're learning in this season, we're looking at the Torah differently. Is Myshpaka, is that a fair, for the ones who know exactly what I'm talking about, was that a fair statement? We're looking at the Torah differently. Are the laws done away with? No, they're not. No, they're not. We're not taking away the laws. We're not saying anything to that nature. What we're saying is there's some fine print that adjust how we're supposed to really be focusing on the Torah and its commands. And we're learning, he's been telling us this the entire time. So with me, one of the biggest fights or concerns, I think is a better word, is trying to tell someone who's quote unquote waking up and saying we're supposed to do the Passover, we're supposed to do this, we're supposed to do that, and trying to say, wait a minute, slow down a second. What do we do with this verse here and here and here and here when it says that? They turn into the traditional church. La 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 la, rebuttal book with book, and ignore plain speak words. And I'm not the person to try to debate people anymore, or try to over explain. Like, I'm going to try my best to explain to a person in a very simple way, a very loving way. And if it don't resonate with you, what does the book say? There's two sayings. Don't, something about feeding your information to the swines or something, the pearls to the swine. Some of y'all know, one of those pocket gonna drop it. I already know it. Somebody gonna drop it. I already know it, right? That's one. And that's no knock at them. It's just staying ready. And then the other one is dust your feet off and keep it moving. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to judge them. I'm not going to debate with them. Why? Because if I debate, then you're running into strife and discord. And those are spirits. We just got through talking about spiritual warfare. It all connects. The more we debate and argue with people with things we're seeing, we're giving access. And one thing, New Myshpaka, please hear me on this. And OGs that's been with the community for a while, let me know if this you seeing this too. These spirits that we believe 100% is real, they don't care if you are right or wrong. They just want you to participate, because if you participate, they gain access. They get no value if you're right or wrong. But if you're wrong, it helps out more. If you're right and it's caused strife, then no one's going to hear you regardless. It's a win-win for them. Can I get a Barak Yahuwah if that hit? Let's continue. Let's go to James. James chapter 3. James chapter 3. Meet me there or be cornbread Torres Square. Y'all, Tori got I'm playing, y'all. It was an inside joke for the ones who know. Tori has a record label. She asked me to sign with her label. Marilyn, I ought to play that audio. I ain't gonna do it, because if I do, then I have to show how all y'all were picking on me. Y'all, hold on, I'm a squirrel early. Y'all, okay, so there's two messenger groups that I hang out in on Facebook, right? In the Facebook Messenger. By the way, if you add me to, I gotta say this. I'm sorry, it's in my ruach, so forgive me. I'm gonna reintroduce myself. My name is Alon, pronounced like you're gonna cut grass, like you're gonna cut a lawn. It's not spelled that way, but it is pronounced that way. I'm a retired marketer. I'm a social media coach. I'm actually formerly known as the social media whisperer. I specialized, I don't do it anymore, but I specialized in teaching business owners how to treat the algorithm like a pet, to train it like a pet. Okay, so Myshpaka, if you add me to a random messenger group, know that, please hear me. I'm putting on my marketing and social media hat when I say this, okay? There is a such thing as social media etiquette. This is all with love. This is social media etiquette. Now, I know a lot of people don't know that this is a thing. Ask someone first before adding them to any messenger group. Don't just add them randomly, because if you add them randomly, now you might be pressuring them or put them in a group that they're not interested in. That is not good social media etiquette. Let them know first. The reason why I say that is because I get added randomly to like 2-3 groups a week. And I have to jump out them because I don't know what's being talked about in them. I don't know their subject matters. And then it puts pressure on me. You do the math. You do 2 per week. 2, 4, 6. That's 8. That's 8 messenger groups a month just off of 2. Now you do 8 times 12. That's a lot of pressure to keep up with. I can't do that. All right, I just had to throw that out there. Was that all right, Marilyn? Okay, good. Oh, she says it's okay to say. All right. Now, with that being said, there are two messenger groups I'm more active in, right? So you got the admin group, but then we got the secondary group. Now, the secondary group is what I'm telling y'all about. Man, really? All right, here we go. Here we go. Here. All right. Can y'all tell Marilyn's in that group? Marilyn, Frankie, Kendra, Sherry, Cornbread, Tori, Jacques. There's a handful of Myshpaka, James Green. And let me tell y'all something. I felt ganged up. No, take her down. No, don't be putting them up. Don't be putting none of them up. Really? All the ones that Marilyn's showing right now, look. Y'all, when I tell you, they completely, Marilyn trying to keep me from talking because they ganged up on me, y'all. They ganged up on me. I want to boo Marilyn back. Hold on. No, because Marilyn she gonna hog the thing. If I hit the button, she gonna steal it right back. My bad, y'all. Squirrel moment. Are y'all there? James chapter 3. If I showed y'all some of the messages, y'all be like, oh, poor Elon. They wrong. Man, Frankie did a whole like edit on me and then put the mangin and all type of words. Then Jacques went to a AI system. And then I'm spilling it. I'm snitching. And then Jacques took my words and he put an old man voice and said, I'm alone and I need some rest. They so mean to me, y'all. They mean. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there. Sherry, you just as guilty. Sherry like to throw the stone and hide it like she ain't did nothing. But Barack Yahuwah, I love y'all anyways. Let's go. James chapter 3. Verse 1. Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers, knowing that we shall receive greater judgment. Verse 2. For we all stumble in much. If anyone does not stumble in word, he is a perfect man, able also to bridle the entire body. Myshpaka. All right, one thing that I've learned in this walk, speaking for myself, Myshpaka Elon was laughing so hard. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoy the group. Y'all, I'm picking on them because the only time I can get them back is like in this moment. But inside that DM, I was outnumbered. It was like 8 versus me. I was by myself, y'all. But I got y'all. Some of y'all booing with Maryland, so maybe not. I saw them, Maryland. I'm gonna see it on replay. I'm gonna get y'all. But during my personal walk, I've learned that if you're not humble to this book and you're misleading people, even if it's unintentionally, right there, it says that we'll be held responsible. We're held to a higher standard. And think about this, like the other, about a year and a half ago or something like that, 2 years ago, I did the Passover. Well, we're learning. And if you didn't see yesterday's study, I really would encourage you to watch yesterday's study, because I think yesterday really shined light on how deep this verse here is that these two verses that we keep running over. Deuteronomy 16, verse 5. You are not allowed to slaughter the Passover within any of your gates, which Yahuwah your Eluah gives you. That's verse 5. Verse 6. But at the place where Yahuwah your Eluah chooses to make his name dwell, there you slaughter the Passover in the evening at the going down of the sun at the appointed time. You came out of Mitzrayim, which is Egypt. Okay. So yesterday's study laid the foundation to understand that verse. Now that verse clearly said, you can't do the Passover just anywhere. It has to be a specific location and a specific land. Now, let's just take my scenario. Right? Okay, James chapter 3 says that I'm held to a higher standard. If I'm sitting in a teachable position and I'm telling people about book, and then let's say everybody saw, if you saw me doing Passover, if you were there, if you were in that live, it was a good live. It was a very good live. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, there go James. I see you, James Green. Shalom, Aki. Trouble. Okay, so let's just say I held on to that. Okay, is that not the spirit of pride? Because during that season, I was starting to come into the land understanding, but I didn't see verses like Deuteronomy 16, verse 5 and 6. So let's just say I saw that, or one of you said, Elon, you need to take a look at this verse. We're not supposed to do the Passover. And I'm like, nah, no way. No. La. all generations. I rebuttal book with book. If I did that to that person, then I have to give myself the spirit of pride in that moment. That means the spirit of pride is leading me to ignore book, which means I can legit be misleading or leading astray you. I'm going to be held accountable for that. And I don't want to be held accountable for that. So we got to be willing to say, I'm not going to participate. I'm just letting y'all know it's raining and it's thundering. So I don't know what's going to happen. So if it hit and the electricity go out, if the lights go out, that means the internet goes off. So if it stops, y'all have to wait and see. I'm just throwing it out there. We don't know. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. All right. But I'll be held to a higher standard, right? We got to understand that. But wait a minute. I don't want y'all to, I've been adamant on this, and I'm going to keep saying this. This applies to you too. I don't think people fully understand it. And I think a lot of y'all are starting to see this too. And I think some of y'all are realizing like maybe we need to pull back from trying to respond to people so fast on until we know in the comments, because there's more comment warriors than teachers. And those comment warriors are trying to sit in teachable spots. My first thoughts at first was, what are you really doing other than, causing strife inside the comments? But if you turn around and you see a person fighting for, like, let's use the Passover, for example. So say a new person comes in and they say, I don't know how to do the Passover. I heard the Passover is supposed to be this month and I don't know what to do. Then say you or somebody else comes into the comments, be like, oh, it's easy. First off, it's for all generations. Here's the verse. And here's the verses instructions. You're supposed to do this and do that. And so what you just told that person is you're supposed to participate. You're supposed to actually do it. Now, if that person lives in California or Atlanta or Ohio, they're not in the land. And if you're not aware of this, that the land is tied to it, and he just said in Deuteronomy 16, 5 and 6, and also Jubilees chapter 49, I think it's verse 20, 21, or 22, he says, don't do it in your own gates. So that means you can't participate in the Passover, but can you learn about it? Can you understand the structure of it? Can you share that part? You can. That's honoring it in spirit and truth. You know that it's true, and you're honoring in spirit. That's what Yahusha said to do. But if you're saying go participate, what are you in that moment in the comments? Can I get teacher in the comments? That means James 3 applies to you. And he's saying, slow down. You might want to reconsider trying to tell everybody what to do when it comes to this book, because you might be off the mark and not know it. You gotta, I'm in Palau. I know that the OGs are really, they connecting with this. New Myshpaka or anybody watching on replay, any of the I don't know what other way to say this, because there's a lot of over authoritative, especially Torah observant people. We're begging you to slow down for a second and examine these scriptures and see what we're talking about. Because I don't have any problem to say everybody who's focused on performing the Torah, we can safely and confidently say you are leading people astray. And we're not saying the laws are done away with. And we're not asking you to please don't check out when we say that. We're simply trying to say you need to take a look at some of this stuff, because it's telling you something much different. We're walking over the fine print. Barak Yahuwah. Let's go to Proverbs 18, and then we're going to hit Proverbs 20. Proverbs 18, then we're going to go to 20. Let me know in the comments when you are there. Meet me there, or be Frankie or Cornbread Torah Scorer. You know what? I'm going to get Tori back. That's an easy one. She left herself wide open with the recorders. She better beat me in the DMs and go delete them. Marilyn, could you go save those for me and send it to me, sis? Make sure I get them. Make sure she don't delete them. I'm gonna play them for everybody. Everybody gonna have a good laugh. Tori funny, I ain't gonna lie. Jacques be throwing shots too. I thought Jacques had my back. My bad, y'all. I'm almost there. I thought Jacques had my back. Y'all, hold on. I thought Jacques and Marilyn were gonna be like the most mature. If you looked at the group or the name of people in there, the people that's in there, Marilyn and Jacques are like the most mature ones. But I don't think so, man. Like they were hitting me heavy yesterday. Marilyn, I gave Marilyn a compliment. Like Marilyn, I was looking at the replay and how Marilyn did the shotgun thing, like boom, the shots fired. Shots fired. I went in there and I did some audio and I said, Marilyn, I said, yo, sis. Like, me and you a good team, man. Like we read each other really well. By the time I hit send, Marilyn already throwing shots at me, and then I called it out, and she's like, "Well, I felt threatened, so I I'm like, for real, you gonna do me like that?" And then Jacques, this is such a disappointment. I love y'all. Let's go. Proverbs 18, verse 13. Oh, I know. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna peek in that group for a minute because I know what's gonna happen once I peek in there. Verse 13. Verse 13. He who answers the matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame to him. Let's read that again. He who answers the matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame to him. Wait, Myshpaka. All right. So why do we have this in this scripture? Because this is a hard message for a lot of people. And if you're not willing to sit and see what we're trying to say and hear the matter, so if you checked out early, or if you check out because you heard one little thing, or if you didn't take the time to examine the scriptures and hear the whole matter, now it sucks for you because we study for 4 hours deep. Like yesterday, sister was Vlad. Was it Vlad the name? Vlad. There's a dude named Vlad. Apparently, he was causing some strife and some discord, which we're going to hit next inside the Facebook comments yesterday. He didn't hear the whole matter. He checked out. And instead of just leaving respectfully, he decided to cause issues inside the comments. I don't even know what the dude actually said. Marilyn just texted me and said, there's a person. I don't know. So I'm just assuming he just didn't resonate with the message. It is what it is. But either way, he didn't hear the whole matter. And that don't just go for this subject. That goes for everything. Okay, let's relate for everybody. Myshpaka, can you put in the comments, what is the actual name of our creator in the comments? Can y'all drop our creator's name? And you know what? Put our creator's name and our savior's name in the comments, please. Put our creator's name and our savior's name in the comments, please. Myshpaka, this is important for you to understand. Because while you, the person who knows the names, and then you try to go tell a person, whether it be online, your loved one, a coworker, family member, friend, your neighbor, complete stranger in the marketplace, I don't know. Well, hear it. Proverbs 18, verse 13. He who hears the matter before he hears it. So you're trying to explain to this person, right? So they're hearing you start to talk. But what do? They check out. As soon as you start going up against what they believe, they check out. But what does it say? It is folly and shame to him. Now, is it for you to go tell them to their face? Proverbs 18:13 says, no, don't do that. Don't do that because you're going to be falling into the next category, which is Proverbs 20, verse 3. Let's see what it says. Oh, and by the way, that stands for any topic. That stands for the appointed times. It stands for the names. It stands for pretty much everything that we're trying to explain. If it aligns with book, and you're trying to tell somebody. And now I also want you to understand that for a few other reasons. It's not for you to throw in someone's face. It's not for you to use against them. It's for you to internally understand the scenario. So you know, I see what's happening here. Internally, I see that this loved one, this person I'm trying to communicate with and show them something that's clearly in the book, and they not in the book like that. And they know they're not in the book like that. And they refuse to take a look at this or this and that. But they started to hear the matter and they checked out on me. So guess what? You recognize it is folly and shame to them. That means, shh, you take it to your secret place and you start pulling to Yahuwah about it. Asking him if it's for them in his time and in his season, for them to see it, show them. Until then, calm your ruach. Don't let it bother you. Put you on assignment for someone else who wants to hear it. Can I get a Barak Yahuwah if that landed? Let's go to Proverbs verse 20, chapter 20. Woo! Marilyn, you heard that one? Did you hear that? You hear that thunder? Man, that was actually kind of exciting. I ain't gonna try to front. Y'all, if I was on this screen, y'all would have saw it. It was like, yo, that was kind of lit. That was fun. That was chill. Let's go. Proverbs 20, verse 3. For a man to cease from strife is esteemed, but every fool bursts out. Okay, I'm gonna read from the screen. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling. So the goal is to not do strife, to not cause discord. So comparing it to what we just got through talking about, when you're trying to share with somebody, as soon as they check out and you get la, 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 you got to start recognizing this. You got to pull back, man. You got to pull back. It's just not for them. But it doesn't mean that Yahuwah cannot wake them up. Or add-on, here's an add-on. It may not be you to teach them that. Maybe you were the one to plant the seed. And then maybe somewhere else, something else is going to catch their attention. And they're going to go, yo, wait a minute. That's what such and such was talking about. That's what my daughter was talking about. That's what my husband was talking about. That's what my wife was talking about. That's what my grandma was talking about. That's what my neighbor was talking about. Then it's going, now what you were saying starts to land with them, but it may not be you. Maybe you were that seed to plant. Maybe it wasn't for you to bring them fully there, but you got to be able to pull back. You got to be able to pull back. Now, let's compare this to this study. Now, again, my full focus is to stay from strife. Again, I'm not examining Truthunedited's personality. I'm not examining the character, and I'm not examining the man. I don't know the man. He seems like a very nice man, a smart man, a passionate man, a man for Yahuwah, a man of Yahusha, a man for that loves the people and just wants to really he wants to be a part of waking people up. And he is a major part in this season to waking people up. Now, with that being said, what are we going to do? We're going to examine the message. That's it. Now, what I notice with this particular topic that he brought up, a narrative change, it's actually bringing strife. Now, is he intending to do that? I don't think so. I don't see that he's trying to do it. I see he's passionate, and I see that he's hungry for people to see, like, yo, there's some real stuff going on here, and it's real. He's not making it up. He's hitting all these points. Would y'all agree? Would y'all agree? The ones who have seen it or know about his content, he's not lying about these Freemasons. He ain't lying about Hollywood. He's not lying about celebrities. He's exposing it very well. Here's the problem. When I looked inside the comments, I was curious on what fruits was the content producing in other people. The fruits was showing the opposite. It was strife. When people are cracking jokes, they're so focused on Hollywood and Freemasons and This is evil, government corruption. And these people ain't even in the book like that. Or they're not even mentioned in the book. There's no covenant return. Guess what it turned into? It turned into murmuring within his comments. And we know that's not his intent. But that's what his content, this particular subject, it brought on, and that's what I noticed in the comments. And I think if anybody was willing to go check that out, you might see that as well. Barak Yahuwah. Covenant condition. The wound may be real. No, it is real. The root still has to be named. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Meet me there or be Frankie and cornbread. They ain't gonna run from that. That's my little small quick shots. Shots fired. Maryland, you ain't gonna give me the shotgun for that one. All you sis. It's like, no. Oh yeah, Barak Yahuwah. Frankie, I got your wife to do shots fired on you. I'm just throwing that out there. It's okay, Aki. It's okay. I'm scared of her anyways. Frankie know better. Maryland just give him that look. Man, she flipped it quick. Frankie, did I go too far? Frankie, I bet Frankie like, see, that's why I don't play with Maryland when I know. you testing this should get you. But let's go. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. And it shall be, if you do not obey the voice of Yahuwah, your Eluah, to guard to do all his commands. Now, wait. Emphasize, can I get all in the comments, please? It says all his commands and his laws. See the separation there? Woo! Whoa, hold up. Hey, it says, and his laws, which I command you today, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. Okay, wait, Myshpaka. Now, let's read through that slow. That was clear. And it shall be, if you do not obey the voice of Yahuwah, your Eluah, to guard, that means to protect, right? To guard, you got to take it serious, not lightly. To do all. He didn't say some. He didn't say parts, right? He said all his commands. We got to stop right there. Because he just said, I'm going to tell you things I need you to do and how you need to do it. I'm going to command you how I want you to do things. But then wait, there's a separation. It says, and. Can I get and in the comments? Then it says, and his laws. And his laws. It didn't say just the laws. See, people think that they're following both. So when you see Deuteronomy 16, verse 5 and 6, and he says you cannot do the Passover in your own gates, but you have to do it where he decides where his name dwells. And you know that you're in exile. You know you're in a whole nother continent. And you didn't know probably, and some of you do know that the seasons are even different. So when he says you can't do it, but then you do it anyways, you just broke, you didn't guard all his commands. What you did was you guarded the law, but forgot the command around it. And that applies to pretty much everything with the appointed times. But there are easy commands. And I'm going to do a spoiler alert. We don't pick up the fact that he says to pray to him, to fast, to weep and mourn. He doesn't say, hey, if you feel like praying, if you feel like fasting, if you feel like weeping and mourning, he don't talk like that. He says to do it. That's a command as well, right? Barak Yahuwah. Did that land? Did that land? Can I get a Barak Yahuwah in the comments, please? If that landed. Let's go to verse 37. Verse 37. Thus you shall become an astonishment, a proverb, a mockery among all the peoples to which Yahuwah drives you. Okay, Myshpaka. Myshpaka. All right, so is it okay if I speak freely, Myshpaka? Let me know if it's okay in the comments, because I'm just going to be real. I've always been real. New Myshpaka, get ready. I got to speak to the melanated brothers and sisters. I'm speaking directly to you. You. That's you right there. That's you, Aki. Aki means my brother. That's you, sis. Let's read that again. Thus you become an astonishment, a proverb. Wait, an astonishment. Think about our history. Is it starting to click? If it's clicking, you. If it's clicking, put click in the comments, please. He just told you that thus you shall become an astonishment. Think about the entire history of the Black community. Think about how we're overlooked in today's time. A proverb. A proverb. Well, many of us already know that the West Coast area, there was an area called Negro Land. And then when they took the slaves from that West Coast area and brought them to another space, another area, another country, what did they call them? They called them Negroes. The Negroes became more of a slander word. Well, if you are Asian, if you're from Asia, you're called Asian. If you're born in Canada, you're considered Canadian. So as our ancestors were taken from that area that was called Negro land and brought to the Americas, then they took on calling them Negroes. And it became what? An astonishment, a proverb, and a mockery among all peoples. And then that word changed from Negro to nigger, from nigger to nigga. Now here we are. What up, my nigga? You're helping with the curse, and then you defend it. Did that hit? Did that hit? Y'all know I gotta do it, right? Y'all know I gotta do it. You know it's coming. Song break? Song break? Let's do a song break. I think y'all gonna be all right with it. Hold on a second. Y'all know it's coming. I gotta pull it up. I gotta pull it up. Let's get it.
They told you Africa. They told you Africa. They told you Africa. Never told you Judah. Told you slave ships. Never told you future. Told you Negro like it fell out the sky. Never told you the book said your fathers would cry. At the West Coast chained up, whole bloodline moved. And they changed your name and called that proof. Now you in Babylon with a proverb face. Still trying to find your people in the civil rights page. Negro and truth, hear me clear. Same book, same curse, same people right here. Negro and roots, wake up slow. You don't even know where your own feet go. Negro and map ships on the sea. Then the byword mark got assembly in the book, come study with me. Come study with me.
Yeah. If America make Americans and follow that trail, Asia make Asians, then the pattern do not fail. Russia make Russians, Canada Canadians. So our Negroes got stripped from the land they was taken in. Negro land on the map, Library of Congress know. Baby Rumsey got it too, they been had a record store. Government kept the paper while the people lost the chain. Now we wear the wound casual and turn them out the slang. Negro the labels they gave us, the color the black. African American too, still no path back. Book said proverb by word hits in the street, and we made the curse music while dancing to the beat. Don't get mad yet, sit with it, let it sting. Half this pain from not reading past the shiny thing. We cut what feel good, skip what break pride, and wonder why confusion still live inside.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 37.
A proverb and a byword among all nations.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 68.
Yahuwah shall bring thee into Mitzrayim again with ships.
There it is, not vibes, not myth. Ships and the byword, who fit this? Then the deeper cut came, real shift. Our fathers dropped Torah, profaned his gift. Jeremiah said, Baal prophets made us forget. Ezekiel said, nations heard us blaspheme it yet. Isaiah said, his name dragged every day. So why you shocked when they trained you that way? You left the church, saw Christmas was a lie, saw Easter was pagan, saw Rome might have eye, good Barak, Yahuwah, but don't stop there. Half woke Hebrew still breathing partial air. You scream Torah, then ignore what it say. Trying to keep peace in your crib when it say no way. Grab a lamb from the market just to feel like you're right. Whole time fine print screaming loud in plain sight.
The four-letter name of a chief Canaanite god means Lord answer.
Still calling him Lord, don't know what you're saying. Still using the title while Jose kept praying. Still saying you woke cause you stepped out the church, but the book keep digging and it still got work.
You say my Lord, but I ain't checked the root. Said norm will never question truth. Passed it down like it came from above. Whole term tied to a different love. That ain't small, that's
That's a serious claim. Book steady, removing them names. So every time that title roll off your tongue, you might be echoing what your father's done. Thou shalt call me Ishi, and no more Bali.
Hosea 2 verse 16 and 17.
Negro in truth, hear me clear. Same book, same curse, same people right here. Negro in roots, wake up slow. You don't even know where your own feet go. Negro in truth, break that spell. Read the whole verse, let the whole book tell. Negro in record, fact check me. We the assembly in the book, come study with me. Come study with me. My people perish, truth wasn't hidden, knowledge rejected, Torah got forbidden. Not just Rome, now we did it too. Cherry pit lies, debate what we won't do. Some camps say strangers can't come in, but the book say different if they walk like him. Matthew 15 got Pharisees in your frame. Honor with the lips, heart far from the name. Canaanite woman got mercy, same scene. Faith beat flesh when the soul came clean. Sit uncomfortable, let the text expose. That's where the healing and the real growth grows. Not every tear weak, some tears bring sight. Not every cut death, some cuts make right. We still in captivity, Daniel 9 still real. Prayer, fast and morning, bend into the squeeze. Drop by, rock out, who I below. If this truth hit burning low, room I move. If you're ready to read, type fact check me. If the word hit heavy, we the assembly. We don't guess and pretend.
We open the book, let the chapter reflect.
Let's go!
Hosea 4 verse 6.
My people destroyed.
Forgot the Torah.
Oh, still mercy falls.
Slow it down.
Read beat, let comfort die.
The Yahweh.
Humble you for your asking why.
We the assembly.
Yeah, we stand on proof.
Not reading to be approved.
We study truth. Negroes from the Negro land.
Barak Yahuwah, I hope that hit. I hope that hit. I think I saw somebody ask where they mentioned about the music. And if you're on YouTube, and you don't do it yet, but if you're on YouTube, you can go back to the description area. We put all the links to, we got all the major platforms. The music is everywhere. It's on Spotify, it's on YouTube Music. We even got the music on Roblox. It's on Snapchat, it's on Facebook and Instagram, it's on TikTok, it's everywhere. So if you are interested in the music, it's in the YouTube description. Barak Yahuwah. Let's get back to the study. Let me take that down. Bang. All right. If that landed, can I get a Barak Yahuwah in the comments, please? Let's go to let me see. Oh, next verse. Let's go to 43. Verse 43. We're still in chapter 28, Deuteronomy. Let's go to 43. The sojourner who is among you rises higher and higher above you, but you come down lower and lower. Verse 44. He lends to you, but you do not lend to him. He is the head and you are the tail. Myshpaka. Is this starting to click now? So when we start to complain about what the governments are doing, guess what we're doing? We're forgetting that we're in a curse. We're forgetting that we are in exile. And we're forgetting that our Creator gave them permission. Civil rights was a lie. Civil rights was a joke. Civil rights was a way to get us to complain and murmur. If we are complaining and murmuring, then what we're doing is we're going up against the actual book and our own curse. We're not supposed to complain. We're supposed to acknowledge it. Now, here's in our defense, but we're not going to sit in it as an excuse. Our defense, we're just now waking up to understanding what the truth is. So being in that understanding was completely understandable. But once you start putting the connection together to realize we cannot be a people that's turning around and acknowledging that Deuteronomy 28 is the slave trades and that we are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we cannot turn around and realize it. Wait a minute. We're the ones and not recognize the pieces in the curse ourselves while quoting the book and the chapter. Not realizing, what did he say? He said, the sojourner who is among you rises higher and higher above you. Corporations, did that make sense? We ain't talking about color. You can put that if you want in your own mind. You put the connections together, but that don't mean everybody's involved. So let's not go there. But my point is, he says he gave them permission. So what does that also tell you? He's in control. So if the sojourner goes higher and higher, and we're complaining about what the sojourner are doing, are we going up against the curse in that moment? In my eyes, the answer is yes. But what else does it say? But you come down lower and lower. I'm still talking to you, brothers and sisters that look like me, the melanated brothers and sisters. Is this landing? Taking a look at our history, understanding everything alongside the curse. 44, he lends to you, but you do not lend to him. Is that not our system now? You got to apply for a loan to get your homes, your cars, land. We renting everything. He's the sojourner, the other nation who's gotten permission from our Creator, has the permission to put the boot on our necks right now. He is the head and you are the tail. We cannot forget that. So if we are complaining about it, or if we're frustrated about it, Okay, acknowledging it, that's one thing. But if we start to complain about what's happening and why, you're going to stay right there. Yahuwah don't want us to complain. He wants us to acknowledge that our ancestors broke the covenant, and here we are. We're repeating the same things as them. We're doing the same things as them, worshiping other gods, calling him out his name. We're complaining. We're murmuring. We got to break that cycle, which means we got to stop the murmuring. We got to stop complaining. We got to stop acknowledging what's happening to us and start focusing on our Creator and what is he asking us to do while we're in captivity. Is this landing? Is this landing? Again, no knock at Truth Unedited. We're not examining him as a person. But if I had to say it outright, going back to that content, that's exactly what he was doing without realizing it. I was guilty of that in the beginning. I'm trying to stay far away from that. And if I'm going to hit myself even more, Myshpaka, I did like 2 songs, Married to Liars, Narcissist Nation. I might do some more songs like that, but now it lets me know to go a little differently. I might add this in here as an understanding. If I'm going to point towards what they're doing, I'm also going to point towards what we're supposed to be focusing on. Barak Yahuwah. Let's keep going. 45 through 48. 45 through 48. And all these curses shall come upon you, and they shall pursue and overtake you until you are destroyed, because you did not what? Can I get y'all to put obey in the comments, please? Obey the voice of Yahuwah, your Eluah. To what? Guard. Can I get guard in the comments, please? His what? Watch the separation. He doubled down. He said to guard his commands. And then he said, and there's a separation. So he's saying the way he wants us to do it is the commands. Can I get and in the comments, please? And it says his laws, which he what? Commanded you. Myshpaka. Come on, man. It's right there in front of our faces. We cannot be quoting this book and calling a Torah movement and all these other things and miss the fact that he's saying all this. New Myshpaka, if you're new, notice how slow we're going. Are we getting value? Are we getting value? Barak Yahuwah. And if you are getting value, would you consider sharing? Just a small ask. If sharing is not your thing, you're just here to learn, just trying to check us out and see what's up, see if we're in alignment. Barak Yahuwah, we are happy you're here. Let's keep going. We are at 46. Yeah, 46. And they shall be upon you for a sign and for a wonder. And for a wonder. And on your seed forever. 47. Because you did not serve Yahuwah your Eluah with joy and gladness of heart and for all the plenty. Before we hit 48, I gotta ask. Okay, let's read that part again, because that line that aligns. Because you did not serve Yahuwah your Eluah. Wait, before we read the rest, before we started waking up, we weren't serving him. We were calling on other gods. We were worshiping other deities without realizing it. We were doing pagan nation ways. Is that fair? Is that fair? Can I get, if that's fair, can I get fair in the comments, please? Right. So in a sense, we may be changing it here, but as a whole, we are doing the same exact thing as our ancestors. But wait, it continues to say what? 2 words: with joy. With joy. What were we doing? Complaining. Civil rights, Black Lives Matter, Black Power, Black this, Black that. Yahuwah don't care. He's like, yo, y'all not following my commands nor my laws. All that black stuff y'all talking about means zero, zilch, nada, nothing. And gladness of heart for all the plenty. And then when we do get something good, what do we say? What do we used to say? And what does the world normally say? The world normally would say what? God bless me. He did this for me. He did that for me. No, he didn't. Yahuwah did. And you complained about it. Barak Yahuwah. 48. You shall serve your enemies, whom Yahuwah sends against you, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in need of all. And he shall put a yoke of iron on your neck until he has destroyed you. Myshpaka. Wait, my slide's off, isn't it? Yeah, my slide's off. My bad, y'all. It's cool. It's cool. I think y'all with me, right? Y'all with me? All right, so let's look at this. You shall serve your enemies whom Yahuwah sends against you. We are doing that today too. We're serving them that he sent against us. In hunger, all right, just because you might have one family might have a better situation than another, right? I think that's fair. But come on, man. You ain't rolling in the dough like that where like there's been some tough weeks, maybe some tough months, maybe even some tough years. Does that not fit? Can I get a Barak Yahuwah if you can relate to that? And in thirst, that aligns up. And in nakedness, there's people that are homeless. Some of us have been close to homeless. I have been close to homeless plenty of times. Did y'all know that there is a such thing as a hidden homeless? I didn't realize it, but majority of my life, I was, not anymore, but I was a hidden homeless. You know what a hidden homeless is? The person who pretty much they're living on other people's couches. They're always needing a place to stay. Calling their brother and sister, they're living with their family members instead of having their own roof over their head. That's a hidden homeless. I didn't realize it. One year when I realized what that was, I was like, yo, hold up. I think I've been a hidden homeless almost 80% of my life. And I was like, yo, that is not okay. That was a fruit. That was something Yahuwah had to show me. How many of y'all be willing to say that out loud? And in all need, landed? Did that land? He shall put a yoke of iron on your neck until you are destroyed. Myshpaka, like, okay, so the slave trades, they had a real yoke of iron. They had real yoke of iron. But us in today's time, that yoke of iron looks totally different. It's a hidden one. But now I'm not just talking to the melanated brothers and sisters. They expanded it. There's a yoke of iron around white people, Asian people, Spanish people, all type of cultures. There is a group of people that are pretty much putting a boot on all of our necks. And I think all of us need to respect and understand that, especially as brothers and sisters yelling out Deuteronomy 28, the ones that say the white people ain't gonna get nothing, this, that, and it's only us type thing, only minorities. Yo, wake up and look. There are other cultures that are struggling just like us now. That boot got put on their neck as well. Have some compassion. Recognize what's really in front of you. You ain't the only one. If you ain't even figured this out yet, I don't see how you can figure that part out yet, but it's all sitting in front of you. Barak Yahuwah. Let's go to verse 65. 65. And my bad for the error on the slides, y'all. Forgive me for that. 65. And among these nations, you are to find no rest, nor have a resting place for the sole of your foot. Woo, man, hold on. Myshpaka, didn't I just got through talking about a hidden homeless? Maryland, I wasn't even looking. You know me, I zone out. Was there some other people? If I know this Myshpaka, day 100, I bet you some of them was like, yo, that's me. That's me. I bet you some of y'all hitting homeless right now. Marilyn said, yeah. So I'm assuming some of y'all like, yo, that you speaking to me. Get out of my space. Man, let's go. Let's see. But there Yahuwah shall give you a trembling heart and failing eyes and sorrow of being. Your life shall be hanging in suspense before you. Ooh, my next thing that's in my heart, man. I can't wait to tell y'all. Some of y'all gonna be like, yo, stop. Get out of my head. And you shall fear day and night and not be certain of your life. Myshpaka. Yo, tell me if this ain't you. And think about what we just read. Tell me if this ain't you. Have you ever done this? You wake up, you check your emails, you may see a notification from your bank, or you may open up your bank app. You check your bank account. All right. Between that moment and your screen popping up and going boop and showing you that number, how many of y'all have a panic attack? I remember multiple times feeling like, oh man, please don't let any bills come out and bring my account to negative. Please don't. And you know you don't have enough, period, for the end of the month. I know some of y'all is like, oh. Y'all, I remember that a lot. I remember it was a daily fear. Now let's read that again, and I want you to think about that. What verse we at? Yes. And among those nations, you are to find no rest, nor have any resting place for the sole of your feet. But there, Yahuwah shall give you trembling. Yeah, my bad. And your life shall be hanging in suspense before you. And you shall fear day and night, and not be certain of your life. Did Bethany 5 say, "Mang it"? That land assists. Myshpaka, is this now adding up? And for all the Hebrew Israelites, I'm saying this with love, not out of strife and discord. So I'm seeing Myshpaka all through the comments of all nationalities, all colors relating to that. That boot got put on their neck too. Barak Yahuwah. Let's go to Deuteronomy 29, verse 24 and 25. Deuteronomy 29, 24 and 25. And all nations shall say, why has Yahuwah done so to this land? And what does the heat of this great displeasure mean? Verse 25, and it shall be said, because they have forsaken the covenant of Yahuwah Eluah of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them out of the land of Mitzrayim, Egypt. Okay. Now, that is actually happening in real time. There are people right now in the comments right now that know that there are another nations. They know that they're not part of the tribes. They know they're not connected to the slave trades. And they're waking up to the name. They're trying to figure things out just like you. And they're asking, like, what are we supposed to really do? What was the real story? We've been lied to our entire lives. So what really happened? And they're recognizing like, wait, the brothers and sisters, they're the real people. So what really went down? They're asking that right now. Hmm? And they're finding out our ancestors broke the covenant. Hmm? Hmm? Is this landing? Is it if you are a stranger or another nation, right? We love you. You know this is a safe place. We with you. We rocks with you. Was that you? My question for you, the other nation, are you part of, do you fit Deuteronomy 29 verses 24 and 25? Is that you? Because if that's the case, you, my sister, you, my brother, you are in the book. Yahuwah said that you were going to do this in the future. Barak Yahuwah. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're at 26 through 28. And they went and served other mighty ones and bowed themselves to them, mighty ones that they did not know, and that he had not given them. 27. Therefore, the displeasure of Yahuwah burned against this land. Ooh, burned against this what? Can I get land in the comments, please? For they? Okay, yeah, that's there. Can I get land in the comments, please? It began. Well, let me read that over. Therefore, the displeasure of Yahuwah burned against this land, to bring on it every curse that is written in this book. 28. And Yahuwah uprooted them from their land in displeasure. Let me back. Rewind. And Yahuwah uprooted them from their land in displeasure and in wrath and in great rage, and cast them into another land, as it is today. Myshpaka. Yo, for everybody who's waking up to, we're not supposed to do a lot of the appointed times because it's tied to the land, and you're realizing like, gulp, what? How many of you, if you could be honest, like I was, I ain't just calling you out. I've called myself out. You were pro Torah. Like, what I mean by pro Torah, you participated. You actively seeked out, how do I do unleavened bread? How do I do Passover? How do I do Sukkot? How do I do these? But then never took the time. Not your fault. It wasn't your time to know that if it's tied to the land, the temple, and where's the temple got to be? Inside that land. The altar, where's the altar got to be? Inside the temple. Where's the temple? Inside that land. And then the priest. And then when you look at all the appointed times, they all have some type of connection. Some have others, some don't. Some require burnt offering. Oh, wait. There's harvest too. So there's 5. And when you examine all of them, you realize like, wait, we can't do them. So we've been asking the wrong question. We've been asking the wrong question. So it's hitting harder. I got a question. I got to ask. Is this hitting harder in this season? And to be honest, I got to shoot y'all straight. Is it not a relief? To me, I feel like Yahuwah is giving us compassion at the same time as giving us wrath. Like, think about the stress of trying to figure all this stuff out. How many of y'all is like, yo, this is stressful. I don't know what to do. I'm afraid to mess up. And you studying, you feel like you reading the Matrix. You're like, yo, hold up. What am I supposed to do again? Yo, why does this seem so overwhelming? Not realizing Yahuwah's like, yo, you're not even supposed to do it anyways. Like, I want you to do this differently. Like, why you not do it? If y'all not going to do it right, I don't want you to do it at all. Bang. Let's keep going. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 2. Jeremiah chapter 2. Meet me there or be Frankie or Toric Homebread Square. If you know, you know. Oh, Shot, he's not going to stop with that, is he? No, babe. He's not going to let up. Maybe we need to be nicer to him inside the maybe we need to team up against everyone else and be Team Alon. Maybe you're right. I call him old all the time. Dang, Mary, I didn't even do that to you. I was picking on them. I was Frankie, I'm afraid to even mess with Marilyn. She got that trigger. Boo. Whatever. Miranda, I see you booing. Tori, quit it. Don't, Marilyn, don't be highlighting none of them. Nope. Jeremiah chapter 2, let's get it. Verse 14. Let's start there. Is Yasharal a servant? Was he born in the house? Why is he given to plunder? Woo! 15. The young lions roared at him. He growled and made his land waste. His cities have been burned without inhabitant. Verse 16. Even the sons of my book says Noph. And of, yo, I gotta spell these. I ain't gonna be able to spell these. All right. Tahpanhes. That's the version that's in my book. Y'all already know I can't spell it. Sound it out, Elon. No thanks. I'm gonna keep going. Have shaven the crown of your head. 17. Have you not done this to yourself by forsaking Yahuwah, your Alua, when he led you in the way? Myshpaka. This ain't just in Deuteronomy. It's all over the book. It's a pattern. Did Bethany find Bethany? Stop playing. Stop playing. Johnny J, I see you laughing. Y'all got jokes. It's all love. It's all love. That's Myshpaka vibes. Let's keep going. 18 and 19. And now, why take the way to Metzrim, that's Egypt, to drink the waters of Shahar. Okay, I tried it. I'm gonna let it go. Or why take the way to Asher to drink the waters of the river? 19. Your own evil instructs you, and your backsliding reproves you. Know therefore and see that it is evil and bitter, that you have forsaken Yahuwah your Alua, and that my reverence is not in you, declares Yahuwah, Alua, Yahuwah of hosts. Myshpaka. Do you see that? First off, I can't help but in this moment recognize, like, can y'all see this book is alive? Yahuwah he's been talking plain speak the entire time. In that church system, we were looking over this. We were blind. What did I say? Let's pick up. Don't encourage. No. Thunder, you better get your peoples. Thunder, help. Y'all better stop. Anyway, I can't help but think, like, if he's this accurate, we need to believe him. I believe him. That makes sense? Is that coming out right? What I'm trying to say is, like, yo, it all went down. You could see it. A plus B equals C. He's not missing a beat. And because of this gives me confidence. Why? Because when you realize what he's telling you to do and how to do it, and he tells you what he's going to do for you if you do it, it makes you go, oh, okay. So plain speak, participate the way he wants you to participate while you're in exile, and he's going to take care of you while you're doing it. You know, it goes from a corporate level saying everybody to a individual level, but at the same time, we're still corporate. So what do I mean by that? The collective unit of Yasharal screwed up, broke the covenant, right? We got the same patterns and habits as them, right? It might just look a little different in this time frame. But when you look at this book individually, when he tells us to pray, fast, weep, mourn, and repent, right? Confess our sins, right? He's saying, if you do these things, this is what I'm going to do for you, right? Okay, before, when we in the church system, if we being honest, we say we believe, but we didn't really participate properly. So when he tells you to be still, let me be your defender in your own scenarios, your own situations, and you don't realize, you don't even know how to be still. You still talking to everybody about everything going on in your life. And you complaining about the scenario. Yahuwah's like, yo, you just read in the book that I told you to be still. You just read in the book that I told you I'll be a defender. But that's not being still. You just posted on social media this, that, and the other. You mad at your husband because he did this. Now you did a whole Pinterest post for a whole week on how men treat women a certain way when they do this, that, and the other. Fellas, you went and talked to all your homeboys about this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. Your neighbor did this. You didn't just be still and trust me. You went and you prayed to me, then you went to Lowe's and you did this thing, and now your neighbor's upset about this, that, and the other. You weren't being still. So I'm not gonna honor that piece right there for you, because you don't know how to let me be your defender. You don't know how to get out of your own way so I can step forward. But when I start seeing this and then I start thinking about that, it's like, yo, okay. Be still, guard your mouth, bridle your tongue, clamp. Now it's like, now I'm talking to you, Yahuwah. But wait, the book also says in Sirach, have one counselor out of 1,000. One counselor out of 1,000. That means in your scenario, when there's maybe a couple of people that you can talk to about, but at the same time, you got to watch if you are going too far. If you're talking and you bring it to Yahuwah, hopefully these people are of Yahuwah. And they're seeing the same thing. Now they're going to encourage you. For example, I'm real life scenario. Some of y'all know that I'm going through something, right? We were in a little group chat. I started talking about a little bit of something. Aki Jock was like, yo, he was like, yo, pull back, Elon. You might be crossing that line. Might be crossing that line. And I recognize that. That's a good thing. Why? Because Ak is in Yahuwah. Ak is on the same level of learning and studying. So when Aki turns around and says, back, Frankie's done that for me. Marilyn's done that. I've done that to some of the admins. The admins got stuff that they talk to me about. We all talk together about that. And I brought it to why? Because we're in alignment with Yahuwah. We're in alignment with Yahuwah. So the advice is going to be towards book. But if you're over here talking to Pastor Joe or Pastor John or Pastor Dave or Pastor Jane or neighbor this and cousin boo-boo that, you think they're going to give you Yahuwah type advice? Nah, they're going to lead you astray. They're going to set you up without even realizing it. They're just trying to help. Their heart is in the right place, but nah, they screwing it up for you. You need to learn how to stop it. This book right here, This alone, the covenant alone, the breaking of the covenant helps me understand these other areas. It helps me believe our creator when I see these other things. Did that land? Did that land? That hit Barack Yahuwah. Where we at? We at now, wait. Man, what number we at? I completely lost my spot. See, I did 17. You have done this to yourself. I'll just start there. 17. Have you not done this to yourself by forsaking Yahuwah, your Eluah, when he led you in the way? Verse 18. And now, why take the way to Metzarim, which is Egypt, to drink? Wait, did I just read? Did I read all that? I read all that. I'm at 19. My bad. Sorry, y'all. Brain fart. 19. Your own evil instructs you in your backslidings to reprove you. Know, therefore, and see. I just read that too. We're on the next slide. My bad. Oopsie. My bad. We did that already. My bad, y'all. Let's go to Lamentations. Meet me in Lamentations. Lamentations, chapter 1. Meet me there or be Frankie or Cornbread Tory Square. Oh, man, there you go again, Chuck. I know, babe. It's okay. It's all love. Y'all, they don't even talk like that. I gave them these voices. I know they thinking that too. Like, why he act like we talk like that? He know we don't talk like that. This is easier. I'm a practice on Tori's voice. Tori got an accent. She got that cornbread. You would not look, y'all. You look at Tori, you be like, yo, why that white girl got like a country black girl vibe. But she ain't like the sister black girl. She like that cool white girl that got that super country. She got that country cornbread. Barack Yahuwah. All right, let's get it. Verse 3. Yahudah has gone into exile because of affliction and because of harsh labor. She has dwelt among Gentiles. She has found no rest. All her pursuers have overtaken her between narrow places. Verse 4. The ways to Zion mourn, for no one comes to the appointed times. Whoa, hold up. What? All her gates are deserted. Her priests sigh, her maidens are afflicted, and she has bitterness. Wait, back it up. Beep. We gotta hit this. Let's go real nice and slow. Yahudah. So if you a person that don't know, Yahudah means Judah. So if you a melanated brother and sister saying, Israel, we Israel. You ain't Israel. You Yasharal. Israel is a made up deity. Do your homework. Barack Yahuwah. But my point is, you ain't seeing this? Let's put this together. Yahudah, aka Judah, has gone into exile. Okay, you agree with that. Deuteronomy 28, slave trades. You in exile. You got kicked out of the land. You're missing that part. Because of the affliction and because of the harsh labor, she has dwelt among the Gentiles. She has found no rest. All her pursuers have overtaken her between the narrow places. So you know that our forefathers broke the covenant. Let's just keep it that simple. Our forefathers broke the covenant. You acknowledge that, but you don't act like you're in a curse. You act like everything's all good. You act like the covenant is still it's intact. It's not intact. The covenant is still broken. So wait, let's read number 4, verse 4. The way to Zion mourned, and no one comes to the appointed times. You got to travel to the appointed times. You cannot do it in your backyard. Lamentation. Y'all, if you taking notes, I'm in Palal, you writing that down. Lamentations, chapter 1, that's verse 4. You have to travel. You have to go to the city. You have to go to the land. You cannot do it in California. You cannot do it in the your backyard in your Georgia home. You can't do it. There's a place. He didn't put his name where the civic center is. Did everybody want to gather out to do a Passover together or whatever it is? All her gates are deserted. It's recognizing no one's coming. Her priests sigh. Her maidens are afflicted, and she has bitterness. Yo, I gotta ask, is this new to you? And by the way, this is Shalum Myshpaka. This is Zil, all right? This is not me yelling. If you're new, I get excited about a book. That's it. There's no hate here, no shade. All Zil. This is excited. Barak Yahuwah. Wait. I gotta read number 5. I'm just reading. Verse 5. Her adversaries have become chief. This sound like it happened. Yeah. Repeated pattern. Her enemies have become at ease. They got Yahuwah gave them the Barakath. Barakath means blessing. For Yahuwah has afflicted her because of her many what? Transgressions. Her children have gone into captivity before the enemy. Yo, our creator is real, man. Our creator, Yahuwah, is real, man. Barak Yahuwah, let's go. Let's go to verse 8. Verse 8. Jerusalem, aka Jerusalem, has sinned greatly. Therefore, she has become defiled. All who esteem her despise her, because they have seen her nakedness. She herself has signed and turned away. Woo, it's getting heavy up in here. Let's move to verse 18. Same chapter, Myshpaka, same chapter. Chapter 1, verse 18. Yahuwah is righteous, for I rebelled against his mouth. Hear now, all people, and see my pain. My maidens and my young men have gone into captivity. Hit it again, sis. Barak Yahuwah. The instrument is still accountable. Yahuwah may use a nation and still judge its pride. Let's go to Isaiah, Myshpaka. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah, we're going to chapter 10. Isaiah chapter 10. I'm going to try to speed this up, y'all. I'm not going to shortcut it, but I'm going to try to pick up the pace a little bit. Isaiah chapter 10. Let's go to verse 5 and 7. 5 and 7. I'm almost there. Bang. Woe to Asher. Wait. My slides need to be much, much better. Okay, I see. They end up paraphrasing. My bad, y'all. Please forgive me. I'm sure y'all got y'all books open. Woe to Asher, the rod of my displeasure, and the staff in those hands, in whose hands is my displeasure. Verse 6. Against a defiled nation I send him, and against the people of my wrath I command him to seize the spoil. So that's actually Assyria, Myshpaka, by the way. To take the prey and to tread them down like the mud of the streets. Verse 7. But he does not intend so, nor does his heart think so, for it is in his heart to destroy, and cut off not a few nations. For he says, are not my prince sovereigns? Verse 9. Is not, I don't know how to pronounce that, y'all. I'm just gonna spell it out. Kalno, like Karmar. I can't even pronounce it. I am not good at these words. Is not okay. I don't know how to pronounce these names. I'm just gonna keep going. Is it okay? Okay, I know Damascus. I got that one. Skipping to verse 10. My bad. Barak Yahuwah. Has my hand has found the regions of the idols whose carved images excel through those of Jerusalem and Shemaron. Okay, wait, Myshpaka. Let me go ahead and hit, I'm gonna hit verse 12 real quick. Let's chat about it after that. And it shall be when Yahuwah has performed all his works on Mount Sinai and on Jerusalem, that I shall punish the fruit of the greatness of the heart of the sovereign of Assyria, and the boasting of his haughty looks. Myshpaka. Okay, so there's an example where the enemy is being used as an instrument to take the people captive. The people break the covenant. Yahuwah brings in another nation. The other nation gets to rule over them, take them captive. They're in exile. But guess what? Because it's already in their heart to do it, Yahuwah's just using what's already in their heart. Like, okay, they'll do it anyways. So I'm just going to have them do it. Whether they know that I'm in control or not, they're going to do it. I'm leading them in that direction to do it. And because they're willing to do it to them, I'm going to punish them too. So they don't get a pass. I see somebody trying to sound it out, Elon. Let me get a sip of my tea. It's not squirrel bourbon. Y'all got jokes. Barak Yahuwah. Let's continue. Let's go to Habakkuk. Chapter 1. Meet me there or be Frankie in Cornbread, Tory Square. Habakkuk. I'm almost there. I'm in Jeremiah. I'm almost there. Ezekiel, Amos. Did I just pass it? Habakkuk is like you can run right by it. It's small. Let me know in the comments when you were there. All right. Okay, I'm almost there. I stopped short. That's what I did. I was right there next to it. Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 12. Chapter 1, verse 12. Are you not from everlasting, O Yahuwah, my Eluah, my Kadesh? Kadesh means set apart. 1. You do not die, O Yahuwah. You have appointed them for right ruling. O Rock, you have established them for reproof. Okay, so he's established someone for reproof. Let's go to verse 6 through 8 in chapter 2. Shall not all these lift up a proverb against him? It sound kind of Deuteronomy 28-ish, right? And a mocking riddle against him, and say, woe to him who increases. What is not his? Till when is he to load on himself many pledges? Verse 7. Do not your creditors rise up suddenly, and those who make tremble wake up, and you be plundered for them? Because you, this verse 8, because you have plundered many nations, all the remnant of the people shall be plundered, shall plunder you, because of men's blood and doing violence in the land, to the city and to all who dwell in it. Myshpaka. What Tori said? Hannah Grant. Okay, you got she been calling me grandpa lately, y'all, and like hitting me with forefather jokes. It's all good, cornbread. Wait, I wanted to back out and say something. See, Tori distracted me. Boo, man, where the boo for that one? Where the boo for that one, sis? Barack Yahuwah. So, Myshpaka, the nations that, okay, so let's look at it in today's time. So if we are calling out the corruption, so we're calling out the Freemasons, we're calling out the celebrities, we're calling out the corporations, we're calling out these countries. Yahuwah's like, yo, y'all better stop murmuring, man. They gonna get it anyways. And what's crazy is we actually notice, right? Don't we notice already? If we notice, can y'all put Barack Yahuwah in the comments, please? We know in the end they're gonna get punished. We tend to forget that, and what we end up doing is we complain about their movement when they don't get a pass. Right now, they got the permission to put the boot on our neck, and not saying we have to be okay with it, but acknowledge it, see their movements. And we make our adjustments. We don't complain about it. We focus on, okay, Yahuwah, we see what upsets you. We don't want to do like our ancestors, or we don't want to do like the forefathers did. So what is it that we need to do? But we'll watch them, and if we can eat better while we know they poison us, instead of complaining about it, we'll just talk about it, and then we'll talk about how we can eat better. Right? If they are bleeding our pockets and our bank accounts dry, then we'll talk about how do we get better with it? How do we figure out? Maybe we need to budget better. In Jeremiah, he turns around and he says to be peaceable in the city that you're, I'm paraphrasing, be peaceable, establish a good home, and pretty much be chill, man. That's in Jeremiah. I paraphrase, but let's go. Zechariah. Let's go to Zechariah. I'm going to just read it off the screen if that's all right. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they help forward the affliction. So if the enemy has it in them and the enemy participates, the enemy gets the punishment regardless. They don't get a pass, Myshpaka. They don't get a pass. Covenant return. If the condition is covenant rooted, the remedy must be covenant rooted. Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy 30. Deuteronomy 30. I'm going to leave Tori and Frankie alone for a little bit, maybe. Just for a little bit. We'll come back to them later on. And sis, don't think I ain't see Frankie pop up on that screen. I know he said something crazy. I saw it at a glance. Don't be looking for it. Don't. I see you looking down. She's like, okay, let me go find it and put it back on the screen for you. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm good. All right. Nope. All right. Let me know if y'all let me know in the comments if you are there. Barack Yahuwah. James Green got cornbread and square. Highlight that one, sis. There you go. That's my ox. That's right. Cornbread square. Barack Yahuwah. Deuteronomy 30, verse 1. Let's get it. And it shall be when all these words come upon you, the barakah, that's blessings, and the curse which I have put before you, and you shall bring them back to your heart among all the Gentiles where Yahuwah your Eluah drives you. Myshpaka, do you hear what he just said? He just said, I have put before you and you shall bring them back to your heart among the Gentiles where Yahuwah your Eluah drives you. Now hold on, Myshpaka. I want everybody to slow down for a second. Hear me on this. If you know that you are part of the tribe of, say, Yahuda, you know your ancestors came from the slave trade, you know that we are Yasharal, right? Okay, locked in. It just said, while you're in captivity, you're going to remember it while you're in captivity among the Gentiles. Is that not happening in real time? You're in the book. He said you would do this. But wait. Now all y'all sit to the side. Let me talk to the other nations. Let me talk to the strangers, the other nations. We're sitting among you and we're remembering and you're witnessing it. You're part of it. Guess what? You're in the book too. Barak Yahuwah. Did that hit? Did that hit? Woo! Let's go. Verse 2. And shall turn back to Yahuwah, your Eluah, and obey his voice, according to all that I command you today, that with all your heart, with all your being, you and your children. Whoa, hold up. Yo, I can't help but see us. I can't speak for me a couple of months ago. The waking up part. But now we're starting to see the fine print. We're starting to see the land. We're starting to see his what? He says, and shall turn back to Yahuwah your Eluah and obey his voice. What? According to all. Can I get all in the comments, please? That I command you today. Some of us are just now realizing in this season. Some of us this month. Some of us this week. Some of us today. Some of us last month. Some of us are realizing, wait, we were still doing it wrong right after we came out the traditional church. We were still doing it wrong. Hold up. But guess what? You're in alignment now. You're becoming closer and closer to the awakening. We haven't fully awakened yet because we ain't fully remembered everything. But now we're starting to remember it with all your heart, right? Some of you were locked down in Torah, right? Performing it, not realizing you're doing counterfeit. But when you start seeing the fine print, you're like, wait, whoa, that is there. And in your heart, whether you realize it or not, you humble enough to say, I got to re-examine this. You genuinely want to get it right. You don't mind making the adjustment. You're not letting pride get in your way. Barak Yahuwah. That fits you. Hit it again, sis. Look, this fits you. You don't mind switching it up if you realize you were wrong. Why? Because this is you with all your heart and with all your being, and you and your children. Every time I see you and your children, I know this fits for a lot of people. But yo, Sherry. Look, I like to think about Sherry when I see stuff like this, but I know this ain't just Sherry. I know this sister, she is on fire for Yahuwah. She trying her best to make sure that she raises those young ladies that she is so for. Like, I don't know how to say that. You mommy mode. Y'all locked in. But she want to make sure she protects them for Yahuwah. And I know that's some of you too. She not letting pride get in the way and being like, well, no, wait a minute. It says for all generations. She said, okay, it does say for all generations, but it also says this too. And she's examining the books. Now she sees that all generations means a bigger thing. She understands that it doesn't mean that it's gone. It means that it's just broken right now. And we need to look at it a little differently. We need to study it. And guess what else she's doing? She's teaching her babies. Jacques and Tori, they the same. I know that's some of y'all too. I'm trying to help you see you in the book. You are in the book. You need to look at it like I'm in the book. You're awakening right. You're right. You're on the right track. Pat on the back to you. Verse 3, let's get it. Then Yahuwah your Eluah shall turn back your captivity and shall have compassion on you and shall turn and he shall turn back and gather you from all the peoples where Yahuwah your Eluah has scattered you. Myshpaka, this was the Barak, you hit it again, sis. This was the moment I was really waiting for. The covenant returned. Yes, there's other things we need to do, which we've said plenty of times if you've been paying attention. Prayer, fasting, weeping, mourning. And we're supposed to confess the sins for everyone, not just ourselves. We need to be telling him we have sinned. We have broken the covenant, not just I've sinned. Oh, Yahuwah, I sinned. I smoked another cigarette and I've been telling you for years I'm gonna stop. Yahuwah, I sinned. I done watch porn and I done pop one off and I've been wanting to stop. Oh, I said no. Yo, add on to that. Yeah, keep that up. Because I know it's a struggle. It's real. It's right. It's real. But at the same time, do you see what he just said? We have to remember. We have to remember. We have to start following his ways, his commands. That means, to y'all, if you were here earlier when I told y'all the levels, and I told you one of my biggest struggles in this season is trying to tell or trying to share with people that's locked in on performing the Torahs, performing the stuff when the book is actually telling us not to. They're the ones we got to get. The more they keep teaching it, it's like this. Here's you're realizing like, yo, okay, the land's tied. There's more going on with this law stuff than we realize. Then it's the people, both groups have come out of the church. Right now, their voice is up here. Our voice is down here. Now, we got to get it to start doing this. Is this making sense? Because as long as their voices are saying do it, they don't realize they're keeping the gathering back. Y'all, if y'all looking at the book the way I'm looking at it is, he said if this happened, this is going to happen. It happened. It happened. He said that y'all going to do this type of people y'all are, and this is how I'm going to handle it. He did exactly that. And he's doing it all throughout the book, not missing a beat. And he just said that we have to remember how to do the commands. As long as they're still performance-based Torah, that's the problem. Coming out the church, I'm starting to realize in this season, it's going to happen regardless. The church is going to fall on itself. Stop focusing on what the church is doing. If you start focusing on this book, the church, the people that's in the church can't help but see it. They can't help but realize, like, hold up, wait a minute. This lies. It's going to happen naturally. Forget them. We need to be focused on the Torah people. And we don't need to be fighting them. We need to figure out how do we get their attention in a loving way to get them to look a little deeper. How do we get them to slow down for a second and go, whoa, hold up. With love? How do we get Truth Unedited to see it so we can make cartoons saying this stuff? Because I see him throwing people to. I'm not taking a shot at him, but he is telling people to do the laws. I saw somebody in the comments last night. They said that he does promote the laws, but he don't tell them how to do it, but he tells them to do it. It ain't just him. How do we get these purple shirt Hebrew Israelites to see it? How do we get them to stop causing discord and strife and slow down and relax? And how do we help them break that spirit of pride off them? How do we get them to do that? Well, first off, we need to stop feeding the strife. We need to stop feeding it. These spirits are here for a reason. So what do? we do exactly what Yahuwah says. Focus on your area, your heart posture, your demeanor, the way you carry yourself. That's going to help. How many of y'all seen my shift? How many of y'all were locked in on that Torah stuff? I don't want to say it that way. How many of y'all were locked in on the Torah movement of participating? And in this season, and I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. I don't know. Maybe I might have said something in a soft way or in a different way, and it made you go, "Whoa, hold up. Ooh, wait, I didn't know that was there." But I didn't come like raw. Y'all might have seen me with zeal and excitement. But you could kind of see that I'm trying to be humble. I'm trying to be soft. I'm trying to be loving when I'm dropping it to you. And at the same time, I'm not going to bother my ruach if you don't resonate with you. I'm not going to sink in it. I'm not going to try to push you. I'm not going to try to stress you out. Right? We got to get to that point. But wait. At the same time, we cannot ignore the book says what? In Yahuwah's timing. It may not be the time for everyone to know at the same time. Maybe there's other movement that Yahuwah is working on. We know he's in control. So when you're talking to even people coming out of the church system, y'all focused on that. I'm telling you, the biggest problem is the next layer. It's not the ones, it's not your loved ones who still saying G-O-D and L-O-R-D. They gonna get it. If you ain't figured out by now, your creator's telling you it's gonna pop off. At one point, they gonna submit or not. Barak Yahuwah. Let's keep it moving. Let's stay in 30. We're going 6. Did I skip one? Did I miss 5? Oh, I was okay. No, we good. Let's go to verse 6. And Yahuwah your Eluah shall circumcise your heart and the heart of your seed. Woo! Hold up. I gotta stop. Going back to the parents. That makes sense. Some of y'all parents, Sherry, like every time I see something like that, I'd be thinking about Sherry. Sorry, sis. Tell the young ladies I said shalom. But my point is, like, us as parents, when we start to get in, we start doing it right. What are we going to do? We're going to start teaching our children the same way we were teaching them the wrong stuff in the church that we didn't know. And our seed is going to take it more serious. Our offspring, our children. Barak Yahuwah. That lines up. And by the way, I know it's more than Sherry. I'm just saying, I know we've had these conversations. Sis, if it's okay, Sherry's actually had a concern that she's messing up. And I've seen her almost in tears about it. And we had all the admins. I'm sorry. Normally I wouldn't tell admin stuff, but we had this conversation one time and Sherry almost had a breakdown. And we had to point out, like, sis, you doing this for you. And she's like, oh, yeah, you're right. And she just wants to make sure her babies is doing the right thing towards Yahuwah. She don't care about this world. She cares about getting it right. And we had to show her, like, sis, you are doing it right. You're doing it perfect. That's why Sherry stands out to me when I see these things, man. Barak Yahuwah. Let's keep going. Sherry, my bad if that embarrassed you, sis. But you just served Yahuwah. Something tells me you just served him at a high level. I feel bad that I said that. All right, maybe she'll give me a little break. All right, let's keep going. To love Yahuwah, your Eluah, with all your heart and with all your being, so that you might live. Barak Yahuwah. Let's get down to verse 8 through 10. 8 through 10. And you shall turn back and obey the voice of Yahuwah and do all his commands. We locked in. Are we locked in, Myshpaka? Put locked in. If you put it locked in the comments if you locked in, which I command you today. And Yahuwah, your Eluah, shall make you have access in all the work of your hand, in the fruit of your body, and in the fruit of your livestock, and in the fruit of your ground for good. For Yahuwah turns back to rejoice over you for good, as he rejoiced over your fathers. Wait, Myshpaka, what does that tell you? All right, I challenge everybody. I'm challenging you all right now. If you just now figuring out like, yo, I didn't know none of this. Is that you? Put me in the comments. Like you knew some, but you didn't know how deep it gets. You didn't see all the connections. You didn't see like you started to see the fine print, not a fine print's jumping out and it's slapping you straight in the face. If that's you, put me. If that's you, if it's happening like right now in this season, right now in this season, if that's you. Last week, maybe you might have been waking up a little bit. 2 weeks ago, a little bit. Maybe a month ago, a little bit, right? But say 2 months ago, you weren't right there, right? Okay, all right. So if that's you, now wait. If you are in a down valley, if you got challenges and situations going on in your life currently right now, in real time, whatever that looks like for you, I don't know what that looks like for you, but whatever that looks like for you, and you're waking up and realize like, hold up, hey, there's more. I didn't know this. Now you're like, I got to switch it up. And it don't seem like it's hard to switch up. It don't seem like it's hard to switch up at all. Okay, now here's the thing. If that's you, put me and then put the number 2. That's two for you. Meaning you are waking up to realize there's more going on. And 2, meaning life is not perfect. You got challenges going on. Put the word me and put the number 2. Put the me in the number 2. The reason why is because you can't turn around. Here's the challenge. You can't turn around and say, this book is accurate. Yahuwah has been telling us straight out right. If you're not doing this, this is going to happen. Period. But if you do it in alignment with his covenant, with all your heart and with all your soul, what did he say he's going to do? He said, and you shall turn back and obey the voice of Yahuwah and do all his commands. Okay, 9. And Yahuwah your Elohim shall what? Make you have access in all your work of your hand, in the fruit of your body, that's your health, and the fruit of your livestock, and the fruit of your ground for good. For Yahuwah turns back to rejoice over you, for good has his rejoice over you, over your fathers. Which means, hit it again, sis. Which means now that you're locked in, if you do it right, if you stay locked in, if you start digging into the fine print, then you gotta believe him there too. So if you're struggling financially, forget about how it's gonna happen. Just focus on his commands. Focus on doing it right. Do it with all your heart. Do it with all your soul. Watch the change. You gotta believe it. You can't believe this other stuff that went down like bullseye, bullseye, bullseye. And when he says something like that, you like, hey. But wait a minute. Guess what it comes with? Prayer, fasting, weeping, mourning, and confessing everyone's sins, not just you. You got to stop thinking about what my husband's still in the he's still in the church tradition. My wife, man, she don't see it, man. I be trying to tell her, man. My grandma, my grandpa, my children, my whatever it is for you. You got to stop thinking on that level. It's about you. If you do it right, you don't think Yahuwah can switch it up for you in that situation. Stop focusing on them. Start focusing on we have sinned. We. Covenant broken. We have sinned. We have sinned. Prayer, fasting, weeping, mourning. We're going to get there. There's book for that too. Let's get it. Verse 10. If you obey the voice of Yahuwah your Elohim to guard his commands. Wait. Verse 10 says, and laws. Can I get and in the comments, please? And laws, which are written in this book of the Torah. If you turn back to Yahuwah, your Elohim, with all your heart and with all your being. There's a promise. Barak Yahuwah. Let's go to Daniel 9. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Man. If this live is fun, I'm having a blast. This is lit. I'm trying to shortcut. Let me just look in the table of contents. Daniel 9, chapter 1. Y'all, chapter 9, verse 1. Meet me there, Myshpaka. I'm almost there. Michael, Jonah, Amos. Almost there. Ah, here we go. We're in Daniel. I just skipped over. Come on, dude. I know y'all beat me there. I know it. All right. Verse 9, chapter 9, verse 1. In the first year of I don't know the name of that. I can't say it. The son of I can't pronounce that. All right, look, I'm just going to verse 2. Is that all right? In the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, observed from the scriptures the numbers of years according to the word of Yahuwah given to Jeremiah, the prophet, for the completion of the waste of Jerusalem would be 70 years. Verse 3. So I turned my face towards Yahuwah, the Elohim, to seek by prayer and supplication with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. Myshpaka. He just said he learned from books. Are you learning from books? Learning from books. He learned from Jeremiah's writings. We got his writings. Jeremiah, we got a bunch of them. Right? So what did he also say? He faced the east. We did a whole study on facing the east. You want to know why? Because Yahuwah ends up telling you that his land, where he likes to, where he puts his name, it's towards the east. The admins and even the other group, I've been in calls with them and I've told them, like, I'll be back, y'all, or I gotta go before I hop on live. Before I come live, there's a lot of times I'll go face to east and I'll sit and I'll pull out a Yahuwah. I'll ask him to lead me in this study. I'll ask him for the people who need to hear whatever needs to be heard today, to send whoever that is. I'll pull out. If I'm feeling stressed or I'm feeling overwhelmed, I go to the east. It's easy to see the east. Wake up early, see what direction the sun is rising from. A plus B equals C. Barak Yahuwah. Let's keep it moving. Verse 4. And I prayed to Yahuwah, my Elohim, and I made confession and said, O Yahuwah, great and awesome Elohim, guarding the covenant and the kindness to those who love him and to those who guard his commands. Barak Yahuwah. Verse 5. We have sinned. Can I get we have sinned in the comments, please? We have sinned and done wickedly and did wickedness and rebelled to turn aside from your commands and from your right rulings. Myshpaka, we are doing the same thing as the forefathers. Repeated movements. We just don't know that we're doing it because we bring these old church habits into our awakening. Then we miss in the fine print. What did he say? He said, I prayed to Yahuwah my Eluah and did what? He made confession. He confessed. He confessed and said, oh Yahuwah, great and awesome Eluah, guarding the covenant. So we got to acknowledge the covenant was broken. So we got to confess. We got to acknowledge that the covenant was broken. And that includes us. We just can't be our forefathers. It sounds like if we were sitting in that time frame, we'd be sitting right alongside of them, right? Is that fair? If that's fair, put fair in the comments, please. And the kindness to those who love him and to those who what? Guard his commands. Verse 5, we have sinned. We have sinned and done wickedly. We have sinned and done wickedly and did wickedness and rebelled. So when you Palal, add that in there. Don't just think about you. We have sinned, Yahuwah. We have sinned and done wickedness. Done wickedly. And we've done wickedness and we have rebelled. We were worshiping other gods. We didn't know it. We were calling you out of your name. And that's when we were in the traditional church. We were following the other nations, and you said you didn't want us to do that. You said don't do those things. We have sinned. Then, Yahuwah, after that, we started to jump into this Torah movement. We wanted it so bad to serve you. We didn't look at the fine print to see what you were actually saying. We were doing it still wrong. So we still rebelled against you as we're waking up, saying that we waking up. But we weren't really woken. We have sinned and rebelled against you. I saw him. I saw him. I saw him. Frankie, you slick. 11. Let's go to 11. And all Yasharal have transgressed your Torah. And turned aside so as to obey your voice. So the curse and the oath written in the Torah of Moses, the servant of Eluah, has been poured out on us, for we have sinned against him. Barak Yahuwah. Myshpaka, can I encourage y'all? Daniel 9, one of the things that sis, I know you can vouch for me on this. Do a sound effect if I'm making it, if you've seen me do this. And all the admins, Frankie, Kendra, Sherry, Brian, Jason. Y'all remember the first time I brought up Daniel 9? And it was like I couldn't get it out of my head. I kept talking about it. I kept talking about confusing the faces. Okay, I'm saying this because, in my opinion, Daniel 9 should be a chapter we should be reading every single day. Every day. And then as you read it, slow down, talk to Yahuwah. Read, when something catches your attention, slow down, confess it to Yahuwah. Even if it's repetitive every single day. That means you're going to knock out everything that we're doing by default. It's not like you don't believe it. Barak Yahuwah. 11. And all of Yasharal have to transgress your Torah and turned aside so as to obey your voice. So the curse and the oath written in the Torah of Moses, the servant of Eluah, has been poured out on us, for we have sinned against him. Verse 12. And he has confirmed his words, which he spoke against us, and against our rulers who judged us. We just got through talking about them as being instruments, and they're going to be judged, right? That aligns. Daniel is spot on. By bringing upon us great evil. So they get the boot on we get the boot on our neck, and we can't complain about it. That's murmuring if we do. For under all the Shemaim, there has not been done like what has been done to Jerusalem. Verse 13. As it is written in the Torah of Moses, all this evil has come upon us, and we have not entreated the face of Yahuwah our Lua to turn back from our wickedness and to study your truth. That hit. Barak Yahuwah. Let's keep going. Let's go to 16 to 17. O Yahuwah, according to your righteousness, I pray, let your displeasure and your wrath be turned away from your city, Jerusalem. For your Kodesh, that's holy, mountain, your Kodesh, I don't know why I added for, your Kodesh mountain, for because of our sins and because of the wickedness of our fathers, Jerusalem, and your people have become a reproach to all those around us. So Daniel's turn around. He's asking him he's like, yo, turn. Let me read that again. I want to make sure I'm reading it right. O Yahuwah, according to your righteousness. So he's reminding Yahuwah, you're righteous. You are righteous. You're fair. And your right ruling is good. I pray and let your displeasure and your wrath turn away from your city. So keep in mind, he's in Babylon. He ain't talking about Babylon. He's talking about the city that's desolate. He's like, please repair it. Please repair it. Fix it, Yahuwah. And forgive. That's pretty much what he's saying. He's saying forgive because of our sins. Our sins is what he said. Because of the wickedness of our fathers. And our fathers, Jerusalem and your people have become a reproach to all those around us. Woo! 17. And now, our Alua, hear the prayer of your servant and his supplication, and for the sake of Yahuwah, because your face cause your face to shine upon the temple which is laid waste. Now hold up. If we're going to pull all this, let's do it. So we're going to read and talk to Yahuwah. I don't do this church talk. If you knew, I don't do that church palau. I talk to Yahuwah just like I'm talking to y'all. Barak Yahuwah. 16. O Yahuwah, according to your righteousness. Yahuwah, you are righteous. We studying your word and we realizing everything's hitting like a domino. Boom, 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 boom. Bullseye, 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 bullseye. And we starting to realize we missed a whole lot. We over here talking about we in this book, but we ain't really been in the book. We trying to be in the book. We trying to search this book just like you say you want us to do with all of our heart and all of our soul. I pray, let your displeasure and your wrath be turned away from your city, Jerusalem. Yahuwah, please listen to my palau. Please hear me on my palau. That we understand you have the right to be upset. You made your city, your Kodesh city, your holy city, your set apart city, your Kadesh city, Jerusalem, what the world calls Jerusalem in today's time, your land, the land that we learned yesterday that you said it's your land, it's yours. And you said that you told our forefathers that they were strangers and sojourners in your land. Let your wrath and your anger be turned away from it. Your Kodesh mountain, for because of our sins, because of our wickedness of our fathers. Whoa. Yahuwah, we realizing in today's time, we doing just like our forefathers. Just like what they did to break the covenant, we repeating the same thing. While we over here talking about a Torah movement, thinking that we representing you, not realizing we're not even doing the things that you asked them to do. thought we had it right, didn't realize we sat in another deception. And that's not even an excuse, because we should have slowed down. We brought these old habits to it. You said, don't learn from these other nations. And that's exactly what we did. We brought these habits that we learned from these other nations that got passed down from our forefathers from generation to generation. We were deceived. And then sometimes we have fought for it, not realizing that's not what you wanted. We have sinned. We have rebelled. We have broken the covenant just as much as our forefathers. Jerusalem, and your people have become a reproach to all those around us. Yo, Yahuwah, on the real, facts. You said that you were going to make us a mockery and a proverb to all nations. And we so blind, we murmur about it and not even realize how special people we really are. Not saying we all that. Clearly, we not all that. Because you had to crack that whip on us, because we had become a approach among all the nations. You gave them permission to put the boot on our neck, and rightfully so, because that's your right ruling. And now, our Alua, hear the prayer, hear the palal of your servant, and his supplication, and for the sake of Yahuwah, cause your face to shine upon your temple. Yahuwah, you know I don't like to be called a teacher, but you do know that I love to serve you. I try to serve you the best way I can. I try to serve you as humble as possible. And I don't mind correction. And I'm asking you to please hear my palal. I'm asking you to see the work that I'm putting in to try to serve you, to try to help people see your ways, the way you see, the way you've been telling us to do it. And for the sake of Yahuwah, cause your face to shine. And Yahuwah, please shine your face upon your temple, the temple that's gone, which is in the land towards the east, because you say that in the scriptures, which we've identified where that land is, which is where Jerusalem was, which is no longer there. We're asking you to shine your face upon it again. Take your anger and your wrath away from it, and start to just put your face towards it. Barak Yahuwah, which is laid waste. Myshpaka. That's simple. Read, talk to him. Read, admit it. Gain your mind. Let's keep going. 18. Oh, my Alua, incline your ear and hear. Open your eyes and see our waste and the city which is called by your name. For we did not present our supplication before you because our righteousness, our righteous deeds, but because of our great compassion, your great compassion. Verse 19. O Yahuwah, hear. O Yahuwah, forgive. O Yahuwah, listen and act. Do not delay for your own sake, my Alua, for your city and your people are called by your name. Myshpaka. Okay, so here's what I want to do. Myshpaka, I'm gonna kind of fast forward this a little bit. I'm not gonna skim it, shoot completely past it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit these slides. The reason why is because I ain't gonna lie, Marilyn already know. Once I start stumbling, that's signs that I'm getting a little tired. I'm not even gonna jot up front. So what I don't want to do is cut you short. So we're going to go through these slides. We're going to talk about them a little bit. You, Myshpaka, are to write these verses down, take some notes, come back and study it. Now, I might actually come back and do a part 3 so we can do it thoroughly, because I don't like doing a half job. I don't like doing that. The reason why is because we have a TikTok that we want to do after this. And I want to have some energy because I want to hear from y'all. And I have a feeling if I keep pushing myself, because we're at slide 31, this thing has 77 slides. We keep going. If we got 31 slides and we're 3 hours in, you feeling me? We're not going to get to the end. And I'm going to be drained. So I want to preserve some energy for TikTok. I want to hear from y'all. So we're going to go through some of these. And I'm not going to shortcut you, I promise. I'll come back and we'll go for part 3. I see Sherry already got part 3 Barak Yahuwah. All right, sis. But I'm not, by the way, we're not done with Pray Like the Forefathers. It's just that I really wanted to hop in on and do this study. So Tori said part 3 and part 4. Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah for cornbread square. But let's go through some of these slides. Y'all take some notes on it, but we'll do another part 3. That's a promise. But I don't want to cut y'all short. Or you know what? No. Because I want to give y'all something you can take a look at on your own. What do y'all want to do? Marilyn, you think I should go through the rest of them, or just we'll take a pause here, we'll finish it, do a pause, and then we'll do a part 3. Y'all got fed. Y'all want to go to TikTok? Go talk about it. We'll talk about what we learned. Myshpaka, there's more. There's a whole lot more. A lot more. We're gonna pause. How you say that? I'm just gonna say Al. Al said pause. Karen said pause. All right, we're gonna pause. All right, so we're gonna pause. Give me a little bit to set up TikTok. But here's what we're going to do. If you're a person that is not down with TikTok, that's cool. We're going to, there's another live I'm going to start on Facebook and YouTube. So you're going to hear the TikTok conversations. And I'm going to put this on the screen. I may pop in like this. And then, so it's probably going to be something like this, or it's going to be like this, where you can hear, and so you can hear the conversation, so you can hear what other people are talking about. And so this is what we're about to do. So after we finish this live, thank you for whoever did that whoever did that, Barak. Is that Elizabeth? Elizabeth is usually showing love like that. And thank you, sis. But so if you're not about the TikTok situation and you don't want to do TikTok, I'm going to try something new where you could hear the conversation coming from my phone, and I'm going to be like this, and you can hear and just be a part, and you can still comment and stuff like that, and we can still see you. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Hold on. I gotta add some more songs to this. I gotta add some more songs here. I think I'm gonna put some old school songs on here too. What do we not listen to? Oh, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna listen to "Be Still" Ain't a Slogan before we leave out. Myshpaka, we'll see you on TikTok soon. In a minute, we're just gonna set up. I'm gonna make sure that I know Marilyn said she's gonna be there. Jacques, are you gonna be able to be there, Aki? Let me know if you're gonna be there, because Jacques and Marilyn, they're really good at help holding it down. And I know some of the other Myshpaka are there to help moderate. So Myshpaka, on TikTok, you're gonna be able to join the panel. We want to hear from you. If you got some questions about some other stuff, that's cool. But what we really would like to hear is about, what did you learn about today and yesterday? What this study we just did, this topic, what impact did it have? Do you agree, disagree? If you disagree, we'd love to hear from you. We're not going to cut you off. We want to hear what you have to say. We're trying to show that on TikTok, at least from We the Assembly, we're trying to show that it's not going to be any type of all right, Jock said it's gonna be a cool bet. There's not gonna be Discord. We're trying to show we're not gonna be like everybody else. That if you do go on TikTok, when we go live, at least you know that it's gonna be a chill room. We all good over here. And if you do have something to say, you will be heard. The one thing we do ask you to do is, if you do come and you want to share and you end up on the panel at one point, we're asking you to bring book, and bring humility. Bring book and bring humility. All right. All right. With that being said, my name is Alon, pronounced like you're going to cut grass, like you're going to cut a lawn. It's not spelled that way, but it is pronounced that way. And when I go live, I have two goals. First goal is to give esteem and to serve our creator, Yahuwah. And the second is to add value to you. And I am in Palal that both those goals got met today and yesterday. So we're going to play one song, and then we're going to take a little small break while we set everything up, and then we'll go live on TikTok, and we're going to go live here too, and you'll know. All right. Barak Yahuwah. Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all in TikTok hopefully soon.
Everybody say be still. Like stillness don't cost. Like silence ain't war. But the book taught me different. Close the door. Bridle the mouth. Wait on Yahuwah. We the assembly. Be still ain't a slogan, it's the mouth I like. It's the phone face down when the noise starts talk. Be still ain't a slogan, it's the heat I don't feed. It's me waiting on Yahuwah while he fight what I don't see. I used to think still meant doing nothing. Whole time my chest was running and rushing. Thought if I didn't answer, I lost. Thought if I didn't clap back, it cost. But every quick word had a hook in it. Every hot take had flesh cooking in it. Every loud vent gave a map to my pain. Every loose thought tried to call that rain. Now I sit with the book when the room get loud. As Yahuwah, keep my mouth shut down. Not from fear, not from shame, but cause flesh don't get to drop my name. I feel that fire climbing my throat, trying to make me post, trying to make me quote, trying to make me say what I can't take back, trying to make my peace leave tracks. I count my breath, let the moment pass, let truth stay clean while the lie runs fast. Stillness got ways, stillness got teeth to keep my hands where they ought to be. Psalms 39 verses 1 and 2. I would keep my mouth with a bridle. I was done with silence. I held my peace. Genesis 34 verse 5. Jacob held his peace. We the assembly. Close that door, don't perform that prayer. Don't get a crowd what belongs in there. Secret place, got a different sound. Low knees, clean tears, no camera around. I don't telegraph where my next step go. Don't let the wrong route study my show. I take my case where Yahuwah here. Said I watch right here. My lips, don't let my heart take wicked trips. Don't let me snack on a dark reply. Don't let me call that wisdom Stillness got muscle when flesh wants stage. Stillness is trust while I wait through rage. If I need to speak, let it come from you. Short and clean, weight and truth. If I need to move, let the way be plain. Not one step led by panic or pain. Matthew 6, verses 5 and 6. When thou prayest, enter into thy closet. Pray to thy Father which is in secret. Psalms 141, verses 3 and 4. Set a watch, oh Yahuwah, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing. We the assembly. Be still. Don't feed it. Be still. Don't repeat it. Be still. Don't show your hand. Let Yahuwah make it stand. Be still. Not afraid. Be still. Not delayed. Be still. Means trust for real when the wound's still. Now I wait like David, not proud, not lost. Let the crowd turn aside, I count that cost. I don't respect lies just cause they loud. I don't chase peace in the crooked crowd. I waited patient, he heard my cry. Set my feet where the ground stay dry. Put a new song where the pain had been. Taught my soul not to rush that wind. Resting Yahuwah, don't fret that flame. Cease from anger, don't borrow shame. Cause one wrong move when the heat get high can make my hands look just like the light. I don't wanna move like what hurt me. Don't wanna let strife convert me. Don't wanna let sorrow on my tone. Don't wanna let rage build my home. So I wait, but I ain't dead. I pray, but I ain't scared. I hold peace like a blade in sheath. Still breath, clean hands, guarded teeth. Be still ain't a slogan now. It's how I keep from bowing down. It's how I let the judge, they judge, while I keep my rule, I clean from mud. Be still ain't a slogan. If stillness been harder than talking, say it. Yahuwah, if you learning not to feed the fire, say it. We the assembly. Psalms 40, verses 1 and 4. I waited patiently for Yahuwah. He inclined unto me and heard my cry. Maketh Yahuwah his trust. Respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. Psalms 37, verses 7 and 8. Rest in Yahuwah and wait patiently for him. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Be still ain't a slogan, it's the mouth I lock. It's the phone face down when the noise starts talk. Be still ain't a slogan, it's the heat I don't feed. It's me waiting on Yahuwah while he fight what I don't see. Close the door, guard the mouth, hold the peace. Wait it out, not passive, not weak. Be still, let Yahuwah speak. We the assembly.